Good morning and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel ahead of another massive deadline. We're approaching fast the end of the season, with of course this being the third instalment before the end of the season. So yeah, it's coming fast. It's been a long season, but we're in a good position. We're doing well, and I think a lot of people in the chat as well are also doing quite well this season. So hopefully we can finish the season, and hopefully there is that kind of, I would say, eureka moment where we get into the top 5k. That would really round off the season very, very nicely. Of course, there's going to be lots of questions flying around. Do I bring in Haaland? Who do I sell Mateta for? How many City assets do I need? If you've got any questions about your team today, get them in the chat as we'll try to answer as many as possible before we do wrap up today's stream. We'll do team reviews a little bit later on, maybe around 10 and a half, 10-ish. We'll see how we're feeling with those ones. But yeah, like I said, if you want to get your team reviewed by me, head over to my Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent posts. And of course, we will go and take a look for you as well. There's also a poll going around. Best captain for this game week, so get your votes in for that one. And Buemo, I imagine, is probably going to lead the charge. I've just seen a tweet from Fantasy Football Fix suggesting that his effective ownership is going to be 150, which is absolutely frightening for this game week, to be honest. So not in a good position if you don't own Brian and Buemo, to be honest. That's a very scary prospect considering his strong record against the bottom lot of sides as well. Obviously, we'll run through my team, my transfer plans. I'm yet to make it, and of course talk about who I'm going to captain as well. But I think from that last statement, it is probably pretty obvious who I'm thinking about captaining for this game week. Let's have a look what's going off in the chat. Zara says, Visser or Cunha for Mateta. I'm currently leaning more towards Visser, so I would probably recommend the same for you. Probably go towards Visser, yeah. I need your help. If you need my help, get it in the chat. We'll try and help you. He's put thoughts on Digne to Collins / Nico Williams for a -4. Shaw and Trippier both on 75%. Is Digne in the predicted lineups? If he is, then leave him. I just don't think a -4 for a defender is necessarily going to be worth it. There's very limited upside to defenders. Same with goalkeepers. So yeah, I probably would leave it. Start Mateta or Saw. Also, is it worth taking a hit to take out Mateta for Visser? I'd be tempted with the hit, you know. I would genuinely be tempted with the hit because there's massive upside and massive potential to Visser's point scoring this week. If you look at his record against the bottom three side, it's been absolutely phenomenal this season. So yeah, I definitely think the hit could be the way to go with that one. One free transfer. I'm thinking about Savinho to KDB. Already have Salah and Buemo, Eze and Saar. I don't mind that. Again, probably check the predicted lineups. Maybe if Savinho's already in, it might be worth keeping him. But let's wait and see. Would you play Rodgers over Salah, or is that too crazy? I mean, it's not a bad shout. Some of the things Liverpool are kind of looking at, you know, I've seen some Liverpool players on the beach. I've seen some Liverpool players on the piss. So why not? You know, Villa have actually got something to play for. So maybe it's not the worst shout in the world. I'm 12 points behind my mini league leader. Thinking about captaining Wood rather than Buemo as he hasn't got Wood. Fair. I mean, it could be one of those where, though, because Wood's just in your team, you could make that 12-point gap up. It's not like a massive gap, I'd say. I think the sensible play there might be just to stick with him on the Mbeumo captain and just have Wood. If Wood goes off, right, he's going to make that 12. He's going to make that 12, right, if Wood goes off. So Wood just being in your team is a good enough differential. I don't think necessarily you need to captain him. It's only 12 points. It's not a big margin that to turn around. So I think you should be in a pretty decent position. Right, well, let's keep answering your guys' questions in a second. But let's, of course, load up my team, see where we're currently at heading into this game week. I just need to scroll down a little bit. There you go. Boom. So this is currently where we're at. We've, of course, got one free transfer. My current thought process is going to be Mateta for Visser. That's where I'm at. There is a -4 route for Haaland, but it would, of course, require me to take either one of Marmoush or KDB out. I'm going to leave KDB in because I like him as kind of a placeholder for Saka. Same with Salah. I want Saka in game week 38 for Southampton. I just do, right? So I want to keep either one of those two in. I think as well, is there going to be a point where I do want to captain either of them? Potentially. Obviously, Salah, Brighton and Palace, it's not a bad 2 games. Obviously, if they lose this one, whatever. But if they put out quite a strong side for that one, or we know that they're going to put a strong side out for that one, I might be tempted to go back to Mohamed Salah. But KDB, I mean, it's a tempting week there as well. Like, captaincy's so split for next week, isn't it? So I definitely need to look who I want to captain next week before making my mind up with this transfer, to be honest. I think that might be the play to go for. If we load up Game Week 37's fixtures, so they're going to be rotating because they'll be obviously focusing elsewhere. Southampton have got Everton in an early kickoff. I'm not too interested in that one. Ipswich are playing Leicester, so that obviously rules out one of them. Yeah, you're looking at this. I'm not really seeing a glaring, clear captaincy option. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not, guys. I'm not seeing a big glaring captaincy option in Game Week 37. So that might be a little bit of an issue because I don't really know where I'm gonna chuck my captaincy armband for this week. Maybe a Bowen, but obviously I spoke about this last week. He doesn't really go and get the mega hauls. Again, only got 9 last week. Salah's an okay option to go for, isn't he? City, maybe if Haaland is available. This is what I'm thinking. If Haaland's available, he could be a decent captain's shout for the Bournemouth game. There's a lot to think about here, I think, before the deadline. I know the appeal of Visser is very, very tempting. But yeah, this is... 37 is a little bit of a mess in terms of captaincy, I think. So I think that's going to be a lot harder to decide who to go for there. In terms of 38, what we're working with here, obviously we know Arsenal have got Southampton, so that's a very tasty fixture. City away at Fulham, but KDB, probably a little bit of a nostalgia pick potentially could be the one there that we go for. But I think, yeah, we do have a clear captaincy option for that week. It's just this week, I don't know who you're going to captain. 37, who do you realistically pick for captain? Let me know which way you're thinking about captaincy for 37. I'm really interested to know because that potentially could sway my transfer plans. Because I always like to have a clear captain for each week. And I don't think there is one for that week. But hey-ho, we'll wait and see on that one. Right, what's kicking off in the chat? Vardy at home against Ipswich could get his 200th goal. That could be a shout. Would you sell Mateta for Wood, Cunha, Visser, or just hold? I know Spurs are probably rotating players. Yeah, I think I'd make the switch. I just think Mateta has been really poor recently, so yeah, I'd definitely make the switch. 1 free transfer, Mateta to Visser and play Rodgers, or -4 Rashford to Alanga, play Alanga, bench Rodgers. I think you probably just play Morgan Rodgers. I don't know if necessarily the -4 is the right move to take there. I feel like Mateta will do something. It's really worth the hit. I mean, if you feel that way, then don't do it. Like, I'm just speaking from my own personal experience. If I was in that position, I would take the hit. But if you've got a feeling Mateta does something, don't do it. Simple as that. Watkins in 37, maybe. Someone said Vardy, Palmer, Saka, Salah. Yeah, there's no like real standout options, are they? They're really, really not. Okay to sell Isak. If so, Visser or Wood in. The thing with Alexander Isak is it's a big point in Newcastle's season. Sorry, I don't know if I would be selling someone ahead of them. Obviously, trying to get in top 4 football, they're going to be going full guns blazing. So I don't know if I would do it. Visser not a good captaincy option. I think he probably falls behind Mbeumo, but he is still a decent shout. Nevertheless, he is still a decent shout, but I didn't want to put 2 Brentford assets on there. But welcome to the stream, Jessica. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in from Egypt. Appreciate that. I can't speak this morning. I keep falling over my words. Hi, my bench boost is Raya, Murphy, Byrne, Gabriel. Thoughts on a -8 to do Williams, 8 Nuri, and Alanga for Gabriel, Byrne, and Murphy. Also still have Mateta, Jesus. I definitely think with the bench boost, you can obviously take bigger risks and bigger hits. So yeah, I'd probably look to do that on a bench boost. I think a -8 is fair. KDB captain's shout. It's not a bad shout. Obviously, we know how poor Southampton have been all season, so I don't mind that as a shout. Mullen Tom, would you use your free transfer Savinio to KDB? Probably yes. -4, Isak for Wood? No. But have you ever dropped your phone? Yeah, of course I've dropped my phone. Are you going to try and sell me like a phone case now? Debating all week between Wood and Visser. Who do I prefer between the two? I prefer Visser. I think he's just in the form at the moment, isn't he? Not saying that, Wood's not a bad option. He's just not been at the races recently. So that is kind of where my head is at. If we can get the two of them up, let's have a look. Hang on. So, Visser. So, bring Visser up, your boy. So, as you can see, Visser's been just 9, 11, 7, 7. 8s, 5s, 9s, 8s. It's been good, right? From game week 26, it's been pretty decent. 2 blanks in there. The rest have all returned. Wood is a little bit, as you can see, shabby here. Obviously, didn't play in game week 31. Didn't play in game week 30 due to his injury, but 2, 2, 8, 2, 2, 2. Over that same period, there's just not really been the form. I know you've got this big 17-pointer here against Brighton, but really? Since probably game week 27, 1 return? Do you want to bring someone in who's had 1 return since game week 27? Now, I know it's a good fixture. Don't get me wrong, it's a great fixture. But I think for me personally, I can't see myself bringing in an asset that hasn't returned since game week 27. I just can't. I think he's had his purple patch. I think that's it. His underlying data is absolutely pish as well, and it has been all season. I think he's just hit that mean now where he can't do anything else. His data is now as good as it was ever going to be. So, yeah, that's kind of where I see that one. But, yeah, I don't think I would be looking at Chris Wood, in my personal opinion. Visser is the better option out of the two. That's currently where I sit, but let me know if you disagree in the chat. Let me know if you do disagree in the chat. I've just accidentally opened up something. And I need to slightly move you down a little bit. There we go. Where's my Haaland at? I have been thinking about it a little bit. Again, it is just for captaincy, not for this week, but probably for the next week when it's a bit more open. Monoboss still got my triple captain, thinking of using it on KDB or in Mbeumo today, or should I save it for Saka last game week of the season? I think with the last game week of the season, you don't really know what's going to happen. You always get weird and rogue results any sort of last game week of the season. We can bring the results up to take a look at that. But I think I'd be more tempted with Brian and Mbeumo today, right? The guy is an absolute flat track bully and absolutely dominates crap teams. A 14-pointer against Leicester, boom. You want a bit of that, right? Southampton, 19-pointer, boom. Leicester, a 2-pointer here, meh. Ipswich last time out, 15-pointer. Southampton, a 14-pointer. The guy has only had 1 blank against the bottom 3. Every other time, it's been a double-digit haul. So I think I'd probably go Brian with your triple captain there, mate. That'd be the player that I'd go for. Brentford's fixtures after today ain't so good. I mean, they are. They're very good. Fulham, I really don't know how to call them. Wolves, who've been in a good run of form, but still, both of these sides have absolutely nothing to play for. If Brentford win today, they still can get European football. So there's a lot going on the line for these last 2 games for Brentford as well. And I think that's a big thing to look for now as well. Which teams still actually have stuff to play for and which teams are going to be on the beach. Tim says Mbeumo on penalties as well. Yep, we all knew that. Will KDB be dropped? I don't think so, no. Would you bench boost this week? And what would you do with my team? Martinez, Pope, Saliba, Livramento, Gavardio, Munoz, Kirkes, Salah, Clivert, Rodgers, Sarr, Trossard, Mateta, Watkins, 2 free transfers. Good question. There is no Brian in there, which is the big hole, isn't it, within your team? So I think problem number 1, Ben, is get Brian and Mbeumo in. Problem number 2, go and get Visser in for this bench boost. And with you being on a bench boost, right, I think you could probably take a -4 or a -8, get it looking really good, get it looking spick and span, and have a pretty good go at it this week, to be honest. I mean, the big risk could be maybe taking out Salah with Liverpool potentially being on the beach a little bit. That could be a play that you could potentially think about there. But I think, yeah, definitely my priorities would be a Brentford player, whether that be Mbeumo or Visser. And I think you've definitely got scope to, of course, take a -4 or a -8 this week, with the bench boost obviously covering that off a little bit. I think you could have some fun and really attack it as well. Obviously, you got Marmoush, that's fine. It could be, it genuinely could be KDB to Salah, Brian Mbeumo to Trossard, and then like Visser to Mateta. I'm not a fan of Mateta, no. I'm not a big fan of Mateta, mate. Isak captain for me. Newcastle have to win this, thinking he could be fired up at home. Valid. I get the argument there, Gavin. I do get it. Morning mate, got 2 free transfers, 3.3 million in the budget. Could you really do with your advice this week? Yep. Tell me what you're thinking. Then go for it. Wood's not a bad shout as well. I've just gone through his recent performances though. 1 return since game week 24. Was it 25? It's not been good. It's not been great recently, to be honest. I think if you're going to take the minus, be a little bit more adventurous with the attacking picks rather than the defensive picks. There's so much more limited upside in the defenders than there is the attackers, so I think that's probably where my minuses would be focusing on. Saliba Burn to who to pick? I think both teams concede. That's the problem. I genuinely do think both teams concede today. If you've looked at the betting data from Rob T FPL as well, the data just is really bad at the moment for defensive numbers. So I think it's kind of like picking between cat piss and dog piss, really, isn't it? Both taste awful, and I don't really expect you're going to get too much out of them, to be honest. Duncan, thank you very much for the donation, man. Appreciate that. £5. I really appreciate that. He says, I have Mbeumo, KDB, Bowen, Cunha already. No Palace, but template otherwise. Think Isak to Visser, then Murphy to Palmer in 37, and in 38 do KDB to Saka. Okay, I have KDB, Bowen, Cunha already. No Palace template. Thinking Isak to Visser. I don't think I would do the Isak to Visser move. I get the appeal. I do get the appeal, but I don't think I would do Isak to Visser. Not for me personally. Like, these are big games for Newcastle, and they're going to need their star man to obviously turn up. I know the next 2 fixtures don't look great on paper, but they are massive in terms of the context for Everton's Champions League qualification for next season. So I think they're going to be fired up for both of these games. That's just where I sit on that one. Of course, though, if you want to take that risk and get yourself a Palmer for 37, I get it. I do get it. So I understand the reasoning behind it. You want to free up some budget, drop an Isak down to a Visser who's been in absolutely insane form as well. I do get the move. I 100% get it. So if you want to go for it, go for it. I just don't think taking out Isak this week is the right play in my personal opinion. Maybe just hold on for this week, and then obviously if Newcastle lose, it looks probably more likely that their Champions League qualification is going to slip, then that's maybe when you can make a double transfer next week, bring in Palmer, bring in another cheap forward that has decent fixtures for the final 2, or still Visser if he's continuing to look like a decent option. That might be the better play to go for this week, in my opinion. But yeah, 1 Wood return since 27. There we go. Thank you, Jessica. Which option is better, Sarr to Alanga or Mateta to Wood? Mateta to Wood. I think at least Sarr's looked decent. I think non-Sarr owners probably got away with one in the fixture against Forest. Hi Tom, would you also do Alisson to Sells and Mateta for Wood for a -4? There's so much limited upside for goalkeepers, so I don't think I would. That's my personal opinion on that one. Hello Tom, Wan-Bissaka, Livramento or Mikalenko, which should I start? I'm maybe tempted to go for Wan-Bissaka out of all of those. But yeah, I don't really see any of them keeping a clean sheet. I think it's just going to be one of those weeks. Should I do a -4 for a goalkeeper if I'm going to bench boost? If you've not got a non-playing goalkeeper, yes. But again, there's not really too much upside in goalkeepers. The max they can usually score is a 6. So a 2-point difference. Is it worth it? You tell me. When and should I use my TC Salah this week or after Mbuemo this week or thanks? That didn't make sense. Please write that one out again. I have a lot of money in the bank. I wouldn't have to sell Isak. If I sold Murphy this week, I'd have to bench Isak or Salah. I mean, you could bench Salah. You could genuinely bench Salah this week. Liverpool, I've seen like pictures that Konate's out the country. Darwin Núñez is on the piss. Like, I don't think they're quite there, really. I don't. So, yeah. I think you maybe could get away with benching Salah. It's a big risk. It is. But I genuinely think you could. Press conference for Liverpool. I believe it's already happened, right? I believe Slot's already done his press conference. Start Bowen or Salah. I'd be more tempted to start Bowen. I genuinely would today. Burn to Nico Williams. I get the appeal. I do get the appeal. So, yeah, if you want to go for that, go for it. Raya or Areola. I mean, I'm in the same position. I'm genuinely thinking I might chuck Areola in. The reason I'm going to stick with Raya is because so many people own Arsenal defenders. So it covers me off from an effective ownership point. And West Ham have been pretty terrible all season for XG conceded. They just have. They've been really terrible. Asensio to KDB for a -4. Yes, probably would. No, I know Salah won't be on the piss, Jess, but obviously teammates around him will be. It's not a one-man game, is it, unfortunately? Start Rodgers or Sarr. I would be tempted to go for... I think Sarr looked decent, though, in the game. I would probably lean more towards Sarr, you know? I get the appeal. I genuinely get the appeal of going for KDB captain. I do think he's going to be a very interesting pick for this game week. The reason I've gone with Brian, he's a flat track bully. He's got an incredible record against some of the bottom sides. And I think I've seen quite a few people potentially look at, of course, triple captain him this game week. So, yeah. I've got a few questions flying in about Haaland. Any news on him? Any chance of me buying him? There is a consideration that I do buy Erling Haaland. Now, it would be a -4 move. It would require me to take, obviously, Salah out of my side. But, yeah, I am thinking about it. Because, like I said, all the factors going with Mohamed Salah this week. Liverpool being a little bit on the piss, if you like. So, it would be Marmoush to Haaland. And it would be Salah down to either Alanga or Kevin Schade. That's where my transfers would be for Erling Haaland. Now, the big reason that I've been so anti-Haaland for large parts of this season is I don't believe he is value for money. He's not value for money. For him to get the value out of his price tag, you either need to be captaining him every week and he needs to be hitting double-digit hauls every single week. Now, at the start of the season, he was doing that and he was value for money. He's not really done it since. Now, Southampton is a great fixture. Yes, it is a brilliant fixture. But they have improved recently on their XG conceded. Since getting rid of that manager, they've actually improved on their XG conceded. So that is why I'm a little bit like, do I go for him? The other concern I do have with Erling Haaland is, of course, the Club World Cup is round the corner. If people don't know what that is, or they do know and they don't think it's a big thing, it is genuinely a big thing now because of the prize money that's available. If you win that thing, it's 40 million. For clubs that are in England and they obviously have to face financial regulations, PSR, all that stuff, 40 million extra coming in is honestly a lifeline. It's genuinely like, that's an extra player we can go and buy. And I know obviously City are potentially trying to get Florian Wirtz in, 150 million. Well, if we can get 40 million for winning this pretty tin pot trophy, why not? So I think a lot of clubs will be looking at that competition a little bit more seriously now, and I think they'll want Haaland available for that. So I do wonder, do they maybe just use these games as kind of warm-up games? I know they're still in the race for top 4 football, but maybe did they just use these games as obviously just keep getting him match fit? And I think today could be a prime example of that. They're not going to just chuck him straight back in after a serious injury for a full 90, in my opinion. I just don't see that happening. So that's my other thought on Haaland as well. They said as you get money for winning group games as well, if a team wins it, there'll be 100 mil plus. This is what I mean. Like the financial optics of this tournament are absolutely incredible, genuinely insane. So it's just one of those, isn't it, where it's like City probably feel like they're in the driving seat for Champions League football. Do they risk one of their best players against Southampton for this tournament that is coming up and is going to be worth a shit ton of money? I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I don't see him playing a full 90. So that's where my head's at with Haaland, and probably why I might steer clear of him. Now, he could be a decent option for the next 2 weeks. He could, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Hi, start Strand Larson or Bowen? Ooh. Who've Wolves got this week? Because I've got absolutely no Wolves players, so I can't even see. Who have they got? Where's the fixtures? Fixtures. Oh. Wolves have got Brighton. It's not a bad fixture. I still would be tempted with Bowen, though. I think that was the player, right? Yeah, go Bowen. Bowen's been in a really good form at the moment. If, of course, West Ham do anything, it's usually got Bowen's name written all over it, hasn't it? It looks a pretty decent team, that one, mate. Isak, Bruno, Fernandes, and Alanga. Choose any two. Which is the best option? I mean, Bruno I probably would stay clear of because of United and their other kind of competitions to be worrying about. So I probably would be looking at... Isak and Alanga for me, personally. Hi, who should I triple captain this week? KDB or Mbeumo? And Mbeumo for me is going to be the triple captain pick if I had it left. Please do not spam, bro, or you will get kicked out of the chats. But I would go for... I'd go 8 Nuri. Rodgers to Bowen for a -4. I won't go for that. I can do Rodgers or Sarr to KDB for free. Should I do that or just sell Mateta to Visser? It's genuinely a question. Who do you think is going to do better over the next few days? Like, who do you really fancy more? Because if you can do both, then... I'd be tempted to do both. Genuinely, I'd be tempted to do both for a -4. I think that could be the play. I do think that could be the play. I have a bench boost. Raya, Areola, Moreno, Shaw, Digne, game week 38 might be better for me. Yeah, I think with Digne not in the predicted lineup, Shaw obviously flagged. Don't think it's going to be the right week, is it? Should I start Henderson or Raya? I have Munoz in my defence. Again, I don't fancy either for a clean sheet, but maybe just split your losses, I guess, and go Raya. Jamie's in the chat. Thank you very much for being here, Jamie. Hope you're doing good. One of our channel moderators. Make sure, like you said, you are hitting that like button. Massively appreciated, as always. We're closing in on 50... we are closing on 50 likes. 39 currently so far. We've got 200 people sat in today's stream. So, of course, if you do want to help push it out to even more people, make sure you are hitting that like button, as it does, like I said, push it out to more people and gets more in there. And it'd be good if we can hit 50 this early on into a stream. I think this could be a nice little record if we did that. I think so anyway. Nice little early doors record. 50 people already. Boom. That would be great to see. So yeah, like I said, if you're enjoying it, make sure you're hitting that like button. Massively appreciated as well. I get the rank position and you don't want to do the minus. I fully get it. But imagine both KDB and Visser pop off. That -4 disappears very fast. I took a -4 last week, and in the position I'm in, I got a green arrow. Like, I'm still in the top 8k, and I took a -4 last week. So don't just think, oh, a -4, that's it, I'm going to be on a red arrow. If those players deliver, I think you're going to be fine. I genuinely think you'll be fine. Thank you very much for 50 likes, guys. Massively appreciate that, as always. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink. But yeah, keep those questions coming in. Hey, bro, the coin's here if you want to go for it as well. If you want to ask the coin heads or tails, should you do the -4? It is here as well. TC, Brian and Buemo, a bad one this week? No, I think it's a good one if you've got the TC chip left over, in my opinion. I hate my defence, not even convinced by my double City, but it would be a -4 to make a transfer, so don't feel. Yeah, I don't think that's the right play for me either, Abby, so I probably wouldn't go for it again. Showing off that gin bottle. It's just a big bulk water bottle. That's all it is. There it is. That's all it is. Not like a big gym bottle, is it? It does come to the gym with me. I've split one of these before because I was on... What was I on? I was on dumbbell chest press, right? Slung the weight up. And as I've come back down, I've like flung them onto the floor because it's heavy. It's hit the water bottle and just split at the bottom. So there's just water leaking everywhere across the gym. Yeah, that wasn't good. When would you use your TC if you need a definite to excel? Eh? I think I'd probably just whack it on Brian. Would you coin flip to -4 for Mbomo? Yes or no? Yep. Heads is going to be yes. Tails is going to be no. It landed on tails, so no. It landed no. I'm only fighting for monthly manager now. Would you do Isak to Visser just to bet against Visser? I mean, if you're just going for that, why not? Best centre-back to buy now. I have Gvardiol, Konza, Munoz, Burn, Kivior. Maybe somebody like a Nathan Collins from Brentford could be a decent shout, potentially. Or a Williams from Forest. What are my points right now? Let me bring my phone up quickly so I can see the points. Let's have a look. What is my overall points? I am currently on 2,428 points. That's currently what I'm on. There you go. Coin did say no to Visser. But you can go against the Holy Coin if you want. It is just there. It's just there, isn't it? The other option, obviously 37, there's no real clear option for captaincy. So the other option, you're probably looking at maybe Saka in game week 38. But I think with game week 38, it's a bit of a wild one. Haaland, best captain. I don't think he plays a full 90, so no. I'm in a quarterfinal in my mini league. Should I bench Isak and play Moreno instead? Has the other person got Isak? When to use your bench boost chip? I think this week could be a good week. Obviously, there's some tasty fixtures. Forest with Leicester. City with Southampton. Brentford with Ipswich. This is probably your best bet, I would say, for it. And I think you can take a minus if you are on a bench boost as well this week. I think that's perfectly fine. Would you bench boost with Pickford, O'Brien, Mikolenko on the bench? Triple Everton. Oh my god. No. I think maybe take a minus to get one of them out. Coin flip to start Mateta or Sarr. Heads is going to be Mateta. Tails is going to be Sarr, right? It's tails. There you go. Raya or Pope, best keeper option for this week. Maybe take the home fixture and back Pope. We'll bring up the betting data and have a look. But, I mean, both options probably not going to do great this week. Here is the betting data from Rob T FPL. If you didn't see, he actually got nominated for one of the FPL Ballon d'Ors that FPL Focal is running. So go and vote for Rob T FPL. He's an absolute legend and has been class all season. In terms of those clean sheets, though, like I said, it is sparse this week for numbers. Only 2 with Reds, and that is City and Forest. So maybe if you are thinking about a defender, somebody like a Nico Williams could be an absolutely fantastic shout to go for as well. But yeah, outside of that, it does look very, very sparse, doesn't it? People are obviously going with the Arsenal one. They're sat at 19. Not great. Palace, where are they? 19. Like, there's so many 19s this week, isn't there? Everton, Villa, Tottenham, Palace, Arsenal, all sat on 19 for clean sheets this week. I really, really don't think the betting markets are too keen on a clean sheet, are they, this week? They're not feeling it. They're not feeling it. Let's just say that. Oh, camera, do you fancy focusing back in? There you go. Good lad. But yeah, that's kind of where they're at. In terms of the projected goals, City top, Brentford third, and Forest in second. So obviously, if you are thinking about a gamble for Chris Wood, the data is definitely there if you wanted to go, of course, down for that route as well. In terms of the player projections for this week, top projected goal scorers, Haaland is top. And this is what made me consider potentially bringing Erling Haaland in. It is the fact that he is just top of the betting markets. He is. Marmoush in second. Wood ahead of Visser and Mbeumo as well this week. And then as you can see, one of the reasons I don't want to sell Isak is he's also very, very high on these projected numbers as well. So that's probably another reason why I would not look to sell Alexander Isak this week. Very high up on the projected goals numbers. So for me personally, not a sell heading into this week. But yeah, Haaland that clear. It does make you think. It definitely does make you think and wonder a little bit, doesn't it? So yeah. One of those, isn't it? One of those, I guess. Which way are you leaning? Let me know on that one. What's kicking off in the chat? Let's have a look. Team reviews will be done at... We'll do team reviews at 10:30, alright? So if you want to get your team reviewed by me, head over to my Twitter, drop me a follow, and leave it under one of my most recent tweets. That would be massively appreciated. We've got close to 250 people sat in here and only 64 likes, by the way. Make sure you're hitting that like button if you are new here. Make sure as well you're hitting that subscribe button as well. Massively appreciate every single one of you. Absolute legends as always. But yeah, make sure you are doing all that good stuff. As yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try and hit 13.5k before the end of the season. It's a big goal. It's a big ask. But we're going to try. We're going to try our best. I don't think we'll make it. But we'll give it a good shot. Eh? We'll give it a good shot. If we could end today on like 13.3, I think we might have a sniff at it. Potentially. But we'll wait and see. Would I start... I told you which way I'd personally go. I'd go Visser. I would. Is Wood on pens? Yes, he is. Chris Wood is on penalties. He is on penalties. So you can obviously look at him as an option. Bum bum. Do 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 do. I love that song. Just can't stay away. Young hearts run free. What a tune that is, by the way. Hi Tom, who would you start, Bowen or Saw? I'd go Bowen. Morning, hope as well. Best 8.6 or below midfielder for the next 3 weeks. His name is Brian Mbeumo. You could also go for Bowen, who's been in red hot stellar form. They've also got a decent fixture on the final date of the season as well. Richard says he's go Wood over Visser. Fair enough. Everybody has their own decisions. I'm personally going the other way and going Visser over Wood. Do you trust more Bowen than Rodgers this week? I trust Bowen. That's why he's in my squad. Cunha over Isak this week with Rodgers also starting. The thing is, I really like Cunha as an option, but I just can't see past Isak with those high projected goal numbers. I just can't. Sell Rodgers or Saw for Mbeumo. I think both definitely could be on the chopping block for Brian, in my personal opinion. Mateta to Visser, Diaz to Nico Williams, Rashford to KDB for a -8 if KDB starts. I'm guessing you need that defensive transfer to free up the money to get KDB, right? So yeah. Any differential captains? I mean, anybody outside probably Brian and Mbeumo is going to be a differential captain this week, isn't he? And I think there's some decent, tasty options, isn't there? KDB's an alright option. Haaland, if you fancy going for it as well, with if he does start and those projected numbers do look good, why not? Cunha to Wood, Dan Burn to Gvardiol, and Murphy to KDB. Pick two. Murphy to KDB and probably Cunha to Wood, but I don't 100% like that move. I think I would also like Cunha as well. Hi Tom, Rogers to KDB and Mateta to Cunha for a -4. Yep, I definitely do those moves, Dave. They seem pretty decent to me. Just realised this. Is this the last Saturday of Premier League season? Yes. After this week, there is none. Next week's a weird week where every day other than Saturday there is football on. There's Friday football, there's Sunday football, there's Monday, and there's Tuesday football. There will be a deadline stream from me, guys, next week, but there will be no transfer targets video as I will be in Denmark/Malmo for the weekend, and I'm really looking forward to it. Go and check out Malmo as well. Of course, that video will be out on the second channel as well, so if you want to go and check that out after this stream, or if you've got a little bit of free time this morning, feel free to head over to the second channel as well. Always appreciated. Luis Diaz has been good to me, but is it time to move him to Mbeumo? Yes. -8 for Sarr to KDB and Isaac to Ivissa. Don't really like that as a -8. Morning, Tom. Morning, who would you start out of Nico Williams, Sessegnon and Isaac? Not sure if I should start with a back four over having Isaac up front. No, get Isaac in. Why is people so, hatey towards Isaac? I really don't get it. It's a massive game for them, and it's not like Chelsea is some, super mega team. Newcastle are at home. Stick with Isaac. Back him this week, honestly. Should I start Bruno or Rogers this week? Bruno plays 90 minutes on pens, so I probably would look towards him, in my personal opinion. Morning, how do you feel about selling Mateta for another forward? Already got Isaac and Visser. Cunha, yeah, I'd go for that. Cunha or Marmouche, yep, definitely would sell him off. Do you reckon Chelsea v Newcastle will be pushing for at least a draw, being defensive as they're in the top 5 race? I think one of them will want to win it to definitely secure top 4 football. I genuinely do. Or top 5 football now, isn't it? -4 for Isaac to Visser and Diaz to KDB. Should I go for that? I like both the moves. I do like both of the moves. Like I said, I don't get the sell for Isaac. I really, really don't this week. I know Jamie's just made a great point in the chat saying he has been in poor form, but I still honestly don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, it might be poor form, but that's still not bad. 8, 5, 6, 2, 6, 9 is still goals. It's still points at the end of the day. What did he do against Chelsea earlier in the season? Where's Chelsea? Where's Chelsea? Where are Chelsea? Have they played Chelsea this season? He scored. He scored against Chelsea earlier in the season, so again, there is reason to go for him. There is just reason to go for him. Eesh. Yeah, I agree. Chelsea dunked on a Liverpool team that had already won the title. A very drunk Liverpool team, should we add as well. And yeah, I think people are maybe overestimating their ability a little bit. If I'm sell Isaac and Salah for Watkins and KDB, I don't think I'd probably go for that move, mate. Not for me. Morning, Tom. Would you captain Cunha over Mbeumo? Desperately chasing rank. If you're desperately chasing, go for it. But it's one of those. I just think Brian's going to be a big boy this week. It is Ipswich. And they are poo. So, yeah. Hey, Harry. Hope you're doing good. What 3 out of Nico Williams, Sessegnon, Aït-Nouri, and Gvardiol? Nico Williams, Sessegnon, and I'd go Gvardiol. There you go. I mean, I've watched a lot of Brentford games this season. I absolutely... I absolutely love Brentford. They're one of my favourite teams in the... They literally are my favourite team in the Premier League. I'm not even a Brentford fan, but Brentford are just absolutely class to watch, and they're so good. They are so good. So yeah, they are genuinely so good. I have a real big soft spot for Brentford, and yeah, I just think they are, like, I know people are joking, but they are one of the only sides in Europe. I think there's maybe only 3 or 4 sides in Europe that have 3 players with 10+ goal involvements this calendar year. both Mbeumo and Visser have 20 plus goal involvements. Brian Mbeumo has 25 plus goal involvements this season. Like, I know we joke like, oh, the prime Messi, Barca, whatever, but they are putting up numbers that are putting them in contention with some of the best forward lines in Europe. So yeah. So it's just one of those, isn't it? Start Semenyo or Rodgers. Ooh, I'd be tempted with Semenyo, you know. Palmer or Souček. I mean, Souček's just had a kid, so I don't know whether or not he's going to play, so probably Palmer. Hugo, thank you very much for the donation, man. £1.99. Appreciate that, brother. He says, would you do Savinho, Mateta to KDB and Visser for a -4? I definitely would, yes. I would do that move, in my personal opinion. We are approaching 100 likes as well. Big shout out to Hugo. We had another one as well, another donation earlier in the stream as well. So massive props to you guys that are sending the donations. I really appreciate it, guys. Would you start Saw or Mateta? I've gone through this one. I've said Saw. Don't mind that -8. Yeah, I think that could be decent. Did that one already, Neil. Start Livramento, Konza, or Kivior. Honestly, yeah. I genuinely don't know who to suggest there because I don't really fancy any of those sides to get a clean sheet this week. I think all of them are pretty bad. All the sides are pretty bad. Visser, Wood, or Cunha. I probably put it as Visser, Wood, Cunha. That is the order that I probably look for this week. Yeah, I guess Harry is not the worst shout in the world, is it? Mini league rival is 6 points ahead, but don't think he'll have Visser or KDB. Big players then. Big players to bring in. Hopefully it works out for you, man. Hopefully we can get some more people winning their mini leagues this week. It is great to see that, you know, we can help people win their mini leagues. Oh, Damsgaard is absolutely underrated. I think he'll be one of their big standout players because they're going to lose Brian Mbeumo, definite. Brian's gone. There'll be big offers for Brian this summer. Brentford's model, he'll be gone, right? Then you've got Visser, who's only got around 18 months left on his deal, so probably he's gone as well, unless he signs a new and improved deal, which I maybe could see because I don't know where Visser goes. But it's one of those where, yeah, they're probably going to lose this 2-star man in the summer. But Damsgaard is probably going to be the pick next year, or Sharda. Like, they'll just have another crop of players that just step up to the mark, don't they? That's just the Brentford way, isn't it? And that is one of the reasons that I love it. They just keep continually finding top quality talent everywhere. So, yeah. Yeah, go Livramento then. He's probably the pick, isn't he? Start 3, Sessegnon, 8 Nuri, Mikolenko, Burn, Sessegnon, 8 Nuri. And then I guess it's honestly a coin flip between Mikolenko and Burn. Neither I fancy, to be honest. We are approaching 100 likes, by the way, on today's stream, guys. So if you are enjoying it, make sure you are hitting that like button. Massively appreciated, as always. Really good numbers in today's stream as well. Absolutely cracking. Hopefully we can hit that 300 mark. That would be great to see. 300 view mark would be very, very nice to see. Yeah, it's just not the Brentford way. I even think with the football, with even European football, I still think he goes. There's Newcastle and United apparently sniffing around him, so I do just think it's one of those where Brian's gone. Brian's definitely gone, in my opinion. Fair enough. If you think this is going to outscore, and Mbeumo, go for it as a potential option. Thank you very much for getting the stream over 100 likes as well, guys. Massively appreciate that one. You guys are absolute legends as always. Got so much time for you guys. Genuinely, I do have so much time for you. This season's been absolutely insane, by the way. In terms of the numbers that we pulled in and everything like that. Yeah, it's been crazy, hasn't it? It has been crazy. Crazy. But you know what? We love it. And that is just the way to go, I guess. Looking at the poll, we've got 66% have Brian and Buemo as captain, 20% KDB, 6% Marmouche, and 8% Wood. Interesting. Interesting. Then just trust your gut. Like, that's one of the things I always say this. If you've got a gut feeling, just go with your gut. Just go with your gut. If that's the way your gut is leaning towards, then go for it. Alright? Simple as that. Simple as that. Young hearts run free. Do 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 do. What do you think about the new thumbnail for the stream? Any good? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Give me your honest feedback on it. Obviously, we've been having a little bit of a play around towards the back end of this season with some thumbnail designs and stuff, getting them ready for next season. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking about them. Do they look good? Do you like them? Do you not like them? I'm interested to hear your guys' opinions. As obviously you guys watch the videos, watch the content. So yeah, hopefully you like them. I hope anyway. I do hope. When to triple captain? I feel this week's probably a good time to triple captain, in my personal opinion. I don't see why you would not triple captain this week, to be honest. Thumbnail looks good. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thumbnail looks clean, nice. Good, as long as we're getting the thumbnails right. That's what we need. Thumbnails look good. I can get on board with that. When is team rating? We said 10:30, right? We said 10:30, so that's when team ratings will be. Sack it in game week 38 is the other option, yeah. I don't think there's any clear captaincy option for next week. So I think your options are, you go either Mbeumo this week, or, like I said, you do go for... who's the guy? Or you go for... I can't remember who the other guy is. Saka, there we go. Dub thumbnail says Jamie. Thumbnail upgrade. Nice. Good. As long as you guys like the thumbnail, that is the main thing for today's stream. Like, that's it. We work pretty hard on them. So hopefully you'll see some of the new designs as well start to feature across the end of this season. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy them. And hopefully they can continue to grow the channel, I guess. Hopefully get this channel into a position where it's doing good numbers. I mean, we can't complain. Look how far we've come this season, to be honest. So yeah, it's still good. Would you prefer the Spy Riots or Scounty to go up in the derby next year? Ooh, that's a good question. I feel like if Scounty came up, they would probably have a better chance of staying up than Chesterfield. So probably prefer Chesterfield. However, we get a bigger away allocation at Scounty, which means I have a higher probability of getting a ticket. So probably Scounty. It's the one I've more preferred. I get both of them are decent. So yeah, I probably would prefer Notts County. Yeah, that's probably where I'd go on that one. Is Moyes a good manager to chase table bonus with? They've just not been scoring goals recently, have they? They've just not been scoring goals recently. So I just don't see it. I just don't see it really for me. What was your start? My start of the season aim, and it's always my aim, is just to get top 100k. I think it's such a big achievement now with so many informed managers to just get a top 100k finish. It's a good achievement, right? So that was my aim at the start of the year. Aim now is top 5k. I genuinely don't see a reason why we could not get a top 5k finish, in my personal opinion, this season now. I think the team's in a really, really good place. I'm happy with how the team is lining up. I don't feel too pressured to go for Haaland. I know there's some murmurs, but I think he's probably still going to be a very low-owned, big differential if people went for him. If I want to get Haaland, I've got to take a -4. Do I want that? Do I want that? No. So I feel pretty comfortable, and I think the players just go with Vissa for Mateta, and let's see where we go from there. Saliba to 8 Nuri or Munoz to VDB to free up cash. Oh, Vandenberg. Oh. I prefer the Saliba to 8 Nuri one. I think Munoz is still a player I would be looking to keep. He just, if you watch, he's just an eye test gem, isn't he? So yeah, I'd probably go with that one. And I actually don't mind the fixture against Spurs this week. I think it's a pretty decent fixture. Hi Tom, playing my bench boost this week. -8, bringing in KDB, Vissa, Flecken, and Aina/Williams for Cunha, Raya, Saliba, and Savinho. If Haaland starts, -12 for him. Jesus, a -12. I guess you've got the bench boost, though, to cover it off. I like all the players that you are bringing in as well, though, so hopefully it works out for you, mate. I've just broken into the top 5k. Hope I can maintain it. Happy as long as I get top 10k. Yeah, top 10k, though, mate, is incredible. So fair play to you, honestly. Absolutely class. Hi, mate. I'm 15 points off my rank target. If we get a league that all major City players start, would you do Saka plus to Sharda to Isak to Haaland? I'd be tempted. I would be tempted. He says, love the thumbnail as well. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Saar to KDB, Eze to KDB, and Evan Nielsen to Vissa, or Evan Nielsen to Vissa. I would really like Evan Nielsen to Vissa and KDB to Saar or Eze. I think could be the move. I genuinely think it could be a decent -4 that. Play Raya or Martinez this game week. I mean, again, both low for clean sheet numbers. Probably just go with Raya. A lot of people still have Saliba, Saliba and picks like that, Timber, Kivior. So it just covers you off a little bit from that point. Keep up the solid content. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that. Should I do Marmoush to Cunha or roll? Roll. Does it make sense to switch Saar to KDB for free or just roll? It does make very much sense with, of course, it being a very tasty fixture against Southampton, so I'm all for it. Would you switch either Bowen or Saka to Mbeumo? I would probably do Saka. I really, really would. Hi, Tom. Hi, David. What about Raya versus Verbergen? Maybe play Verberg. I don't know. Again, I'm not feeling strong about defensive points this week. I don't think there's going to be many defensive points. If you get a clean sheet off someone, fair play. Genuinely fair play. Because I genuinely couldn't tell you who's going to keep a clean sheet this week. It's one of those weeks. One of those weird weeks, isn't it? Start Konza or Bradley. I'd go Konza. Play Pope or Saar. Saar. I would play the TC this week on Brian and Mbeumo. You never know what could happen in game week 38. It's always such a weird week, to be honest. Mateta to Wood and Isak to Vissa. I'm just not keen on selling Isak, but I do like the move, but I'm just not keen on selling him. Shall I keep Murphy for this week at least? You could switch him to Alanga or Sharda. Could be decent shouts. Yeah, I get it. FPL North. I think I've been kind of victim to that of playing it a little bit safe. I took a -4 last week. It's put me in a really, really good position for this week. So if you do feel like you're going to make some moves, they are maybe a little bit risky. But if you feel that can get you in the top 1k, why not go for it, mate? Why not go for it? At least then you know that you left everything on the table and you went for it. You would feel in a much better position if you went for it, got yourself into the top 1k, then went, I kind of just held rank and fell behind a little bit. What do you think is the starting front/attacking four for City today? Good question. We'll have a look at Charlie's predictions in a second. We'll get both of those up. Thank you very much, man. I hope you have a great weekend as well. UCL content will return, of course, for next season. I've pretty much the summer plan, right? The summer plan is to work on thumbnails for both contents, UCL, FPL, work on the second channel stuff, and it's also getting a kind of rough guide of like a timesheet of when to like make videos for certain stuff. I feel that's been one of my big things. Like I have a rough idea in my head, but I feel like I want to get stuff like absolutely nailed down next season. Like this day is for this video, this day is for this video, and work to like a schedule as if it was like a full-time job, if that makes sense. Like I have a full-time job outside of this, by the way. But when I come home, or certain days I work from home so I can make videos on my lunch break, that I think is going to be the plan for next season. So we have a valid way of keeping up with UCL content and, of course, FPL content and second channel content. I think that is the play to go for next season. Boom. Let's have a look in the chat. What's kicking off? Start one, Anderson, Burn or Wan-Bissaka. I'd be tempted with Wan-Bissaka. Shall I sell Isak or Cunha for Marmoush? Probably Isak. Is KDB a valid captain? Yes. Mate, you might have to put it in again. The chat is moving pretty quick today, Peter, to be fair. So you might have to whack that one in again if you want to get me to see it. Any news about Marmoush / Haaland? Nothing as of yet. We are going to go and have a look at some predicted lineups now, though. So let's head over to Twitter. Let's head over to Charlie. FPL Meerkats. Obviously, make sure you go in and give in Charlie a follow. Some amazing work that he's done all season, and it is appreciated by us. Let's take a look then at the predicted Arsenal lineup. Moreno in, Martinelli, Saka, Saliba, Kivior, White, Raya. Pretty strong Arsenal 11. Villa. I know some people have Digne. He's not in here. They've gone with Mattison. Cons has been a name we've had floated around. Rogers, Watkins, the other shouts that people are obviously looking at this week. Bournemouth, Semenyo, Cliver, if you've still got them. Evan Nielsen, if you've still got him, is still in there. Kirkes, if you've got any Bournemouth defenders as well. Brentford, we kind of know what their predicted lineup's going to be. Visser and Buemo. Damsgaard and Sharda are your differential picks. Vandenberg or Collins are your defensive picks as well. Kyoda is a really interesting pick. I want to go and look at his data after this, but I've seen him involved quite a lot in the highlights. So I want to go and see what his numbers are actually putting up after this. Brighton, if you've got any players, there's their predicted team. I doubt anybody does, though, right now. Chelsea, Palmer's in there if you've got him. Again, if you've got any other Chelsea players, there is their lineup. Palace, Mateta, Eze, Sarr, all in. Munoz is in as well. Everton, Beto. If you've got Beto. Mikolenko, Branthwaite, O'Brien. Probably the only picks that people actually do have. Fulham, Raul. Again, trying to look. Anderson, I think, has been mentioned a few times in the chat. He's in there. Ipswich, don't think anybody will have them, but there is their predicted squad. Leicester, I think a few people gambled on Vardy last week. He's back in there as well. Liverpool, Luis Diaz up top. Maybe if you've still got him, thinking of a differential could be a decent one. Kwanzaa's in there. Bradley's in there. I've seen a few people have Bradley. Salah obviously in there as well. It's not a bad Liverpool 11, but it is quite rotated. City. Now, there is no Haaland in this one. Charlie says, I think Haaland is on the bench, but comes on early in this one. Fair. So he's got Savinho, KDB, McAtee, and Marmoush as the attacking four there for that lineup. Gvardiol, Ruben, Akanji, and Mateus Nunes as the defenders. But yeah, interestingly, no Haaland in that one. United, Bruno's in there. Ahmad could also be a differential shout, maybe. He could be a tasty little one that I think maybe people are undervaluing. Ahmad as a potential differential option. Gordon comes in ahead of Jacob Murphy, who I've seen a few people. So maybe those with the bench boost want to potentially consider if you've still got, obviously, Murphy in the squad. Doesn't look like he's been predicted here, but Livramento, Byrne, Shaw and Trippier, who are both doubts for this game, also in here though as well. Forest, Wood, Alanga, probably going to be your top picks there. Defensively, Williams, Milenkovic, Aina. Southampton, if you've got anybody, there's their team, but I doubt it. Spurs, again, doubt anybody's got any Spurs players, but that is their team currently. West Ham, I think a few people got Wan-Bissaka or Bowen, both of those in. Souček, interesting. I thought maybe with his wife's pregnancy he might miss out, but maybe he wants to play and score for his newborn child. Wolves, Strand Larson and Cunha in, 8 Nuri in. And there you go, that's all the teams for this week. Like I said, make sure you go in and drop in Charlie a cheeky little follow on Twitter. Those were the predicted lineups. The big news from that is obviously no Haaland in that City predicted lineup. Makes you wonder. Does make you wonder, doesn't it? Ooh. Slot said Bradley will start tomorrow. Fair enough. Yeah, he has got the naughty long throw. Unfortunately, long throws don't count towards anything. But yeah, I want to quickly go and have a look at his stats. Coyote. This guy, Coyote. Hello. This guy might be one to keep a potential eye on for next season. Looks like he's playing alright minutes now. But yeah, this guy could be one. Michael Coyote could be a potential one that we keep an eye on for next season. 0.16 expected goal involvement. I know he's not played many 90s. Like, there's patchy minutes. But I did this with Munoz last year. I was like, he's going to be a good pick next year. And it turns out he has. So Michael Coyote is going to be one of those I think that I might have a look at over the summer. See how he gets on today. I'm going to watch the Brentford game a bit later. Yeah, I absolutely love Brentford, by the way, if you couldn't tell. No, long throws don't count towards assists, which is unfortunate. It really should. It really, really should count as towards an assist, but it doesn't, which is a real shame. What is the best time to use the Trouble Captain? I think either this week or game week 38 on Saka. They're going to be your 2 weeks. Also has a regen name. Yeah, it's a proper FIFA regen name, isn't it? It's genuinely just like, Michael Coyote is like the most FIFA regen name I think I've ever heard. It's unbelievable. Yes, I am rating teams, mate. Big win for you lot last night. But yeah. Oh, Semenyo got the assist. Hey, I didn't think they did count. Was that true? Did he get an assist? Hang about. If Michael Coyote is picking up assists... Oh my god, he did. I'm going to have to watch the highlights. Well, I'm going to tweet it. I'm going to tweet it because I still don't think they do count for assists. Let me tweet that. Does a player... Now I've got my... That's a terrible spelling of assist. Come on. Actually, that one's fine. Right, we've put the tweet out because I'm a little bit unsure. I didn't think it did, but maybe somebody knows. Maybe somebody knows. Peter, let's have a look at this. Trent to Konza, Fabianski to Sells, Beto to Visser. Planning my bench boost this week. We'll have Pickford, Murphy, Livramento, Konza and Saliba on the bench. It's not a bad bench boost. The only thing I would say is obviously off the back of Charlie's predicted lineups there, we did see that... Did see that, what's it called, that Murphy was not in the squad, so maybe you want to check that one. Who would you bench for KDB out of Eze, Bowen and Salah? I'd be tempted with Salah. I really, really would. Assist needed, restructuring in FPL. A shot, rebound, gets one no matter what, but having no long throw and having to get your intended target is a required gassed. Okay. Check Semenyo points last week. Yeah, we'll have a look at his in a second. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Semenyo. It says he got an assist. Says he got an assist. Was that from a throw? I'm just going to quickly watch the highlights on my laptop to make sure it was defo a throw. Like, he didn't, like, touch it again or anything. But that could be a tasty one, you know. If Coyote's picking up assists, that could be unreal. If they're giving throw-in assists, I will happily take some points for that. I've just got the highlights on now, so we'll quickly have a look. Yeah, I get the effective ownership is. I think throw-in should be right. I'm watching the highlights now, so we can have a look. Let's have a look at this highlight and see. But yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? I'll do that coin toss in a second. Digne or Shaw, no worries. Shaw was in the predicted lineup, by the way. Oh, big end of that. Right, let's have a look at this this Semenyo assist that people are saying. Yeah, 100% agreed. 100% agreed. Coyote will be straight in my team if that counts. We just need like a defined answer on it. We just literally need that defined answer on is a throw. Let's wait and see, I guess. If a throw is, then, like I said, I think Coyote's going to be a great shout. Enzo, probably better midfielder options. Alanga, Sharda this week in that price bracket for me, personally. Should I do Sard to KDB or... Hang on. Oh, no. Should I do Sard to KDB rather Evan Nielsen, Isak to Visser? I don't want to take a -4. Fair, if you don't want to take a -4, go for that route. Yeah, I personally think a throw-in should count towards an assist. I think, genuinely, if you launch a long throw and someone just heads it straight off that, why not? Why not? I've spoke about Haaland already, and I'll have another chat about it in a second. I'm just waiting to see this assist from Semenyo to find out if a throw-in actually counts towards it. If it even shows me the throw-in, that'll be the next thing. Does it show me the throw-in? Cucurella, not really an option for me. Palmer or Alanga, I'd be more tempted with Alanga right now. Right, here's Semenyo with the throw-in. If they score directly from this throw-in, they did. They scored directly from the throw-in, so that must be his assist. Right, I'm sorry. Coyote is looking like a great little player that we're going to have to go and pick up then. Because I don't see another Semenyo assist in here. No, the other goal is probably none. I think throw-ins might be counting. Yeah. Throw-ins have got to count. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we might have discovered a new little cheat code. Oh, yes. Whoa, we were. Nice. Well then. Coyote's going to be a very popular pick for next season. Wow. I never thought they counted for assists. Maybe they've changed some of the rules, but hey-ho. Throw-ins or assists, says Harry. Yeah, I always thought they weren't for some reason, but Coyote now, one of my favourite picks within the game, is going to be one of those. Thoughts on Mateta to Cunha / Visser? Yep, that is going to be the move that I'm going to be making. I'm going to be switching out Mateta for Visser, I believe. The new Rory Delap, broken launch it, and Brentford fully play for set pieces as well. So, yeah, I'm liking the look of him as an option. I don't necessarily think you need to do the Saar to Elanga for a -4. I think Saar will be a perfectly fine option this week. Do keep the likes coming in, guys. We are approaching 150 likes, and that would be very good to see. -8, get KDB, get Wood, KDB, and Gvardiol in, chasing rank. Go for it. If you're chasing and you want to get some big boys in, go for it. I think there might be quite a few people taking minuses as well this week. I genuinely think a lot of people could be taking minuses. I think I might be one of the only people not taking a minus with the looks of things. Bench Saar, Salah, Isak, Watkins, or Doku. I didn't see Doku in the predicted lineup, so he would be the one that I would bench. Do keep your likes coming in, keep your questions coming in. All that good stuff. So, Digne Takeuchi for a -4. Bro, why not? Why not? If that guy is getting assist points for long throws, get him in your team right now. It's a new metric. It's a new metric to target, isn't it? Absolutely new metric. Team reviews will be done at 10:30. What did people say to my tweet? Boom, yep, Semenyo last week. We'll take a look at all these teams that have been sent in. Obviously, if you want to send me a team, leave it under one of my most recent tweets, and we'll get round to reviewing those in a little bit. But there we go, new points metric to start targeting, isn't it? I mean, if you're happy with your side, then I get why the roll. I think we're just at that point, though, in the season where rolling just feels a little bit wrong, doesn't it? We've got such limited weeks that maybe just taking the gamble is just worth going for. Afternoon, Tom. After a terrible opening 2-3 of the season, I'm up to 261 with 10 straight green arrows. Assistant managership to play already 3 times City, so I'm thinking Frank. What are your thoughts? Yeah, don't mind Thomas Frank. Should win today, so yeah, I like that as an option. Looking at where is it? Let's have a look at the fixtures today at 3. City play at 3, which would be very, very tasty. And I imagine if we do get predicted lineups, that could obviously change quite a few people's decisions. There could be Haaland back in the squad, but I don't think it's going to happen. Some nice games at 3. There are some really tasty games at 3. I'm going to be watching Ipswich, Brentford, and Southampton City. They're going to be the 2 that I'm going to watch. 2 very tasty games today. Which one should I start? Saliba for Konza or Raya for Areola? I just want one Arsenal defender. Probably Saliba then, I'd say. And then just Areola. He might pick up a few saves against Spurs. Who knows? By the way, we are cruising to 150 likes here, by the way, guys. Make sure you are hitting that like button. If we could get 200 again on another stream, I think that may be like 2 or 3 streams consecutively we've hit 200 likes. Unbelievable. There's 300 of you in the chat, so if you haven't already, hit that like button. It pushes it out to more people and is massively appreciated by myself. Saar to KDB for a -4. No, do I think that's worth it? Yeah, go for it. I don't think there'll be too much Manchester United rotation with that. With their next game being on Friday, I don't think there's going to be too much. Sell Saka to KDB or Marmoush to Wood. I would prefer to sell Saka to KDB. Bowen, Mbeumo or KDB as captain, what do you think? I think Mbeumo is the captain to go for this week, to be honest. Especially if you're in a decent position with rank. Mbeumo is the one. Isak to Vista this week. Mateta to Watkins in 37. And Marmoush to Evanilson in 38. I like those moves you suggested. Going to be on the tube at deadline time. Transfer Marmoush for Cunha now. Oh, I don't think I'd do that. I don't think I would. I have Raya and Martinez with no transfers. Should I start Martinez or go for a hit? Goalkeepers have very limited upside. Never take them out for transfers or for hits. Just play them. And honestly, just flip a coin, which one you want to do. We've got a holy coin here if you want to have a flip on it. How do I find out the top 100k score without scrolling for 150 games on the leaderboard? If you go to live.fpl, put your team name in, it'll tell you how far you are off the 100k. There you go. Mateta, O'Shea, and non-playing goalkeeper out. Fair. Now you have me thinking, should I do Munoz out for Coyote and Vladimirson, the Brentford backup keeper, out for Pickford and bench boost this week? It's not a bad option. Not a bad option, that. I don't mind that. Will Savinho start? I've seen him in some predicted lineups. I've not seen him on the Charlie predicted lineup, so I couldn't give you an honest answer on that one. Will Mateta get good minutes? I reckon he will, probably like 70 plus, but I just think he's not there with his form at the moment, so probably would look elsewhere, in my personal opinion. Yeah, probably would look elsewhere. Cry. Vissa or Cunha on the coin flip? Yeah, no worries, we can do that. Heads is gonna be Vissa. Tails is gonna be Cunha. Alright. Heads. There you go. Flip the holy coin, Wood or Cunha. Wood, heads, obviously. Tails, Cunha. Alright. Tails, Cunha. There you go. People love that coin more than me. I don't even have a job on this channel anymore. Honestly, I think one day the coin will just be sat in this chair replacing me. It just will. When will we find out the City lineup? Probably not pre-deadline. I don't think we'll get a leak. We've not had a leak all season, so I can't see it happening now. Should I do SARS or Eze for KDB? Money is not a problem. Yeah, I probably would. I think it's worth it. You've got the bench boost to cover off that -8, so why not? Go for it. Go for it. Haaland will be in the lineup. I don't think he will. I personally don't think he will. Should I do SAR? We did that one. Mateta out this week. Marmoush out next week. Yeah. Probably going to be the play, isn't it? I'm looking at maybe somebody like an Evan Nielsen could be a decent shout. Evans? Who the hell is Evans? Evans who? Who's Evans? Forest assets essential? Nope. I'm heading into this week with no Forest assets. It could be a painful watch, but I think the recent form's been a little bit iffy. I really, really do. So, yeah. We had a City last week. Just last week. Hey? What am I missing in the chat? What are people typing? What are people typing? I meant, who should I remove, Sar or Eze? Probably Sar. We know Eze is going to be on penalties now, so Sar. I don't know. I don't think you need to do the defensive move. I don't think you need to do the defensive move, but Mateta to Vissa I get. Bench Vissa or Rodgers? Rodgers. I think they can all start together, but I don't think it will happen this week. The coin does need his own channel. FPL coin will get his own channel next season. Potentially. Potentially. FPL Main Road shared team news 1 minute before the deadline last week. There we go. Thank you, Abby. If KDB and Haaland start today, do you think they will start the rest of the season? They've got the FA Cup, haven't they? So maybe not. Don't have the budget for all three, so can you give a good defender for 4.5 million for the next three? Coyote is going to be my pick. If they're getting assist points for throw-ins now, Coyote is going to be the man. Coyote is going to be the man. Bench Rodgers or Evan Nielsen? Probably Evan Rodgers. Mateta to Vissa and Savinho to KDB for free. Yeah, I'd do that and then captain and Mbeumo. Rare or sells or Flecken or hold. Just hold your goalkeeper. Like, this is the thing, right? Goalkeeper transfers are not worth it. They're genuinely not. Goalkeepers just don't score big points. Not worth it. Not worth it. Coyote is my man. Yep, Coyote is everybody's man. We're championing this guy all the way. The long throw-in expert. Get him in your teams. Get him in your teams. I mean, if he doesn't have Mbeumo, get Mbeumo on your captain. If he's not got Mbeumo, Jesus, get Mbeumo as your captain. Yeah, we can do a coin flip for Rodgers or Sarr for this week. Heads is going to be Rodgers. Tails is going to be Sarr, okay? Heads. There you go, heads. Bench 1, Mateta, Eze or Rodgers. Probably, I'd say Mateta out of all of those there. Start Rodgers or Evan Nielsen. Probably start Evan Nielsen. I've got Aina and Wood. Good to go this week. Can't see how it goes wrong. I mean, it is a derby. I know Leicester have been terrible, but it is a derby. It is. So there will be a lot on the line. I'm using my bench boost on 38. A good shout. The only problem with the bench boost on 38 is I do think there will be some rotation. There will be weird and rogue results flying everywhere. There just will. It just always happens, doesn't it? Where there's just weird and wonderful results flying absolutely everywhere. Let me have a look what we had last season. Final day of the year. What did we have? What did we have? Let's have a look. Right, this is the Sunday the 19th of May last season. We had a Newcastle 4-2 win against Brentford. A 5-0 win for Palace. 4-2 for Fulham against Luton. Like, there's just weird results kicking about in here. 2-1 for Forest. Like, it's just weird results kicking about. I'm going to have a look. I think this week's probably the better week to go for the bench boost. I just think you get a lot of like weird and rogue results. Let's have a look. Final day results, Premier League. There we go. Let's have a look. I don't captain Bowen. I wouldn't recommend captaining Bowen. Yeah, he's just not that guy who gets big double-digit hauls. And even last week, when people were considering it, he got 9. That was a rubbish website, by the way. Where's like I need just like a list. I need just a list. Own both Vissa and Mbeumo. Which one's the best captain? I think if you're in a decent position rank-wise, Mbeumo. If you chase him, maybe Vissa. Hello, Tom. If you had a free hit left, when would you play it now or save it for later? I'd either play it this week or game week 38 would be the weeks I'd play it in. Right, final day of the 21-22 season. Arsenal won 5-1. What other weird results are in there? Palace beat United. Leicester battered Southampton. City saw a 3-2 win against Villa. 5-0 for Tottenham against Norwich. There's always just batterings. And I genuinely think sometimes you can't predict which way those batterings are going to go. There we go. Abby Johnson in 22-23. Liverpool drew 4-4 on the final day with Southampton. There's just weird results happen on that final day, don't they? Stop Pickford or Kepa. Maybe Kepa. You go for Vissa? Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Vissa. I think he's going to be my transfer in this week. Vissa for Mateta is going to be the move I think we're going to make. 37, it depends what your team looks like in 37. If you've got a decent bench for 37, go for it. But I know a lot of the teams are kind of playing off against each other. They're not playing like one another, if that's it. When can I TC? I think this week is a prime week to be using that TC if you've still got it left. I genuinely do. I mean, none of those options really scream the best captaincy option for me this week, personally. What's the best X account for early City team news? There's quite a few. FPL Main Road usually has some bits. FPL, I can't remember the guys. Anyway, there's a thing on Twitter that I follow called Leaked Team News as this thread. This is where I get most of mine. So City Extra on here. Who else is on here? FPL like Main Road here. So yeah, they usually know stuff like all the big boys. FPL newsletter, like there's just loads, isn't there, on here that all know this stuff. They all know this stuff. Obviously, we're going to do team ratings at 10:30, so in 10 minutes. Get them in. What transfers am I doing? I'm thinking about Mateta for Vissa. Or the other way around, sorry. Vissa for Mateta is going to be the play. Yeah, I think just I wouldn't play any chips on the final day of the season. I think it could be a bit of a disaster. I'm chasing my mini league, second place. I'm 20 points down. Should I do a -8 for this game week and bench boost? Yes, I would. I really don't know. Salah and Liverpool's an interesting one this week, and I don't really know how to call it. So I definitely feel if you've got a strong gut feeling to benching some Liverpool assets, why not? Why not just bench them? Go for it. Please tell me who to captain. Brian and Buemo. There you go. Done. Free hit is fine on the last day of the season. Yeah, you'll probably get maybe some predicted team news. But again, trying to call some of them might be a little bit harder. Eze or Alanga. I would actually prefer Eze. Penalties. I think it's one of those factors that does always just sway me, doesn't it? Saving free hit 38 for the chaos. Enjoy. Vissa is bagging more than Mbuemo, says Andy as well. Big claim that, mate. Big claim. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Any that you do have. Bench boost this week or 37. Again, I need to see your team. If I don't know your team, so I can't say that I would bench boost one week or the other. I can see Saka coming away with a good score. Fair enough. If people think that, then go for it. I mean, none of those options are great. Genuinely, go and buy Mbuemo. Go and buy Mbuemo. Get rid of all this tat in your side. Go on, get it out. Or bring in Vissa for Mateta. Captain Vissa. Done. Best differential captain, KDB, Marmoush, Haaland, Vissa, Cunha. There you go. Yeah, if you put the link in, Andy, we'll go and raid them. We'll go and raid them. I think it could be worth the -4. It depends where you are in terms of your rank. But he is the best captain for this week. He just is. He just is the best captain for this week. Isak and Sarr to Visser and a KDB for a -4. Yes. The fixtures in 37 are really weird. They are genuinely really weird. We'll bring them up in a second. I actually think Visser outscores the Bomber 2, but for once I'm going to chuck out and go with the EO. Yes, I know. Jamie, what's going off, mate? The EO. I do just worry. I think it will probably be like 150, 160. I think a lot of people will have triple captain Brian this week as well. I know my girlfriend's done it. I know a lad in my group chat's done it as well. I had some other people earlier in the stream asking about, is Brian a good triple captain this week? I think people will, if they've got it left, they'll use it on Brian. I think they will use it on Brian. Right, like I said, team reviews, we'll do those at 10:30. So get those sent in. Let's have a look at the fixtures for 37. Villa, Spurs, Chelsea, United, decent. I mean, Everton. Everton's definitely a fixture target. Maybe a Jamie Vardy or a Delap. Other than that, geez, I don't really know. Like, it's all... They'll be rotating. There'll probably be some rotation here after the FA Cup final. So, who do you realistically go for? Honestly, who do you go for? Who do you go for there? Do 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 do. It's not like you, Jamie. You're not usually that guy, are you? You're not usually that guy. Hey though, if it works, mate, it works. Sometimes you do have to play it like this. And Brian, it is a good fixture, isn't it? Like, even though you've got an inclination the other way, it's one of those where Brian will probably save you the bacon. But, of course, what's it called? Brian will save you the bacon. He just will. But this is going to be an already probably good differential that has decent effective ownership for this week. So, yeah. If I'm going to captain any Brentford player, it's Visser all the way. Fair enough, Andy. If you're fancying it, go for it, mate. Go for it. I've answered this question already, mate. I said it was worth it for the bench boost. I've seen you put it in a few times, but yeah, I have answered this question already. We are approaching 200 likes, by the way, on today's stream. It'd be absolutely incredible if we could hit that number yet again. So, of course, if you are enjoying any of the content, make sure you're hitting that like button. Yes, team reviews will be at 10:30. So we've got, 3 minutes? If you want to follow me on Twitter, leave it under one of my most recent tweets. That is the best way to get your team seen by me. Like I said, yeah, just head over to Twitter, under one of my most recent tweets. Leave it under there. Make sure you're following me as well. Sometimes the algorithm, little bit dodgy, but that's the best way to find out for you guys. To get KDB and Visser, which one should I do? Mateta and Eze, Isak and Sarr, both for a -4. Probably Mateta and Eze, I think. Free hit chip left. What are the possible differentials to bring in or roll over for game week 38? Evan Nielsen, obviously Bournemouth have got pretty decent fixture that week. Saka, some Arsenal players. Maybe if we get news like Nawari's playing, could be a shout. Who have we got fixture-wise for that week? So yeah, you see what City players are there. Definitely Evan Nielsen, Semenyo, Cliver on a free hit will be tasty options to look at. Arsenal, obviously Saka, definitely worth a little bit of a consideration as well. Brentford still have a good fixture and a lot to play for on that final day, so they could be a decent shout as well. Yeah, lots of good stuff. Lots of good options. In Rob's final clean sheet odds, Palace have a 3% higher chance of a clean sheet than Arsenal. I'm leaning towards Henderson now. Fair enough. Go for it. Go for it, Abby. I have the wild card left. Do I focus on bringing in Brentford, City and Forest players? Yes. That's probably the way that I'd go with that one. A few Bournemouth players scattered here and there as well for their final day fixture. Maybe a look at Saka. Maybe you go no Salah on the wild card. I know it's ballsy and big, but I think that's probably the way that I'd go with it. I don't think I'd go with Saka on the wild card. Team reviews, not half past yet. 1 minute. 1 minute and then we'll get them done. Alright? 1 minute and then we'll get the team reviews for you guys. Okay? 1 minute and then we'll get team reviews all done and dusted. How does that sound? How does that sound? Team reviews on now. There we go. Alright, it's hit half past now. We can go and do some team reviews, okay? Let's have a look. Let's bring this up then. Where was the first one we had? Here, Marcus. If you can let me know as well what your plans are for transfers and stuff like that, it is appreciated. But he's got Areola, Gavardio, Munoz, Konza, Salah, Rogers, KDB, captain, Visser. Good team. Good team. I like it. Probably going to do Mateta to Visser and Murphy to Alanga for a -4. Still decide. I think you obviously decided since obviously tweeting this, but I like all the moves you've suggested there, Abby. I think that's a good strategy to go for. Hi Tom, thinking to do bench boost this week, removing Bowen and Sarr for Mbuemo and Bernardo for a -4. Thoughts? Bernardo Silva. I wouldn't remove Bowen. I genuinely would keep Bowen against the Spurs side that plays Thursday. I would definitely keep Bowen. That's the way I'd sit on that one. This is one for my brother. Thoughts on selling Timber and Mateta for Wood and Bradley or Gavardio and Nottingham Forest defender? Yep, I would probably do it more towards a Gavardio or a Nottingham Forest defender for the -4. But yeah, good moves. Mateta out, Visser in. I'm thinking then a -4 for a Forest defender. The thing is with this, right, is it's so hard to call clean sheets this week that the clean sheet numbers don't even look that good across the board. So is it really worth it? Probably not. So I think I'd probably just stick. Yeah, I'd probably just stick. 2.8 million in the bank. 1 free transfer. Worth rolling to get Palmer next week to triple captain him. I think you could roll with that. It's a very, very decent-ish team. So I think you could definitely roll with that. I see no reason why you'd need to obviously go and make a transfer ASAP. So, yeah, I think you could roll with that. And then obviously if you've got desires on Palmer TC next week, you can fulfill those. Done. Did Mateta to Visser and Digne to Coyote. Yes! Big up the Coyote. We're starting it as a trend, the Coyote trend. Love that. Love that. 2 free transfers, suggestions. I mean, I think you could probably get away with no transfers, really. I think you're fine. I genuinely think you're fine. Yeah, I think if that was my team, I'd probably be quite comfortable with it. I really, really would. I think that's a decent team. I don't think there's anything that really feels like you should do it. Jamie says 5.k overall right now. Not sure if I should play this and roll the transfer or upgrade Murphy to KDB and bench Visser. Yes, I can afford to do that, but I would like the extra free and fancy Mateta versus legally tired Spurs. Decisions. Oh, I think, Jamie, I would do the Murphy to KDB one and bench Mateta. That would be where my head would sit on that one. But maybe just wait and see if we get any leaks pre-deadline. 2 free transfers. 6 million in the bank. Here's Jessica's team. I would play Bowen ahead of Murphy. And I think then you're good to go, Jess. You could also bring in the Coyote hype train. You could probably get yourself... No City, though, is a bit risky. It is a bit risky there. So maybe... Would you have enough to get KDB for Murphy? I think you would. So maybe KDB to Murphy. Burn to Coyote could be the play. Andy sent his team in. Gavardio, Coyote. We're making this a thing now. Coyote is our new favourite player. KDB, Salah, Saka, Cunha, Vissa, Marmoush. Like it. It's a good team, Andy. Should do well this week, mate. Thinking of rolling thoughts. Also, who do I captain? Mini League rival has Pep AM but no KDB. So, do I go KDB match his captain or which will be in Buemo? I think you've either got a choice there. You can either go balls to the walls, go risky, go with that KDB captain. It could pay off massively. Or you could go for that and Buemo, stick safe with him, but then obviously he's got the Pep AM, which is going to drag him up a little bit ahead of you. So I think I'd maybe be leaning towards KDB captain. Fight fire with fire. Go for it. Marmoush in for Mateta. Pep stays for 2 weeks. Nice. Good. Like it, Tim. And Adam says, 1 free transfer, 0.7 mil in the bank. Any advice is greatly appreciated. Ooh. Have you got on the... See, this is the thing, like... It is a good team. It's a really, really good team. And I get why you want to keep Evan Nielsen for that final game of the season. But I still think I maybe would be tempted to take Evan Nielsen out. I genuinely think I would be. Or Salah or Saka for KDB and want to bring them back in for... Well, Saka really for game week 38. That could be the move. That could be the move as well. I think you genuinely could just roll the transfer, sit on your hands, take 2 into next week. Or you could do Evan Nielsen to Vissa, Evan Nielsen to Cunha, Isak to Cunha, or Vissa either. That is a hard one to say, to be honest. Because it's a decent team. Saka for out of KDB could also be a decent shout as well, but it is a pretty decent team, to be honest, mate. I would not like to be in your position. But yeah, you've got options. You'll probably want to bring one of these two back for the end of the season. But let's wait and see. Have we had any more sent in? Let's have a look. Fell from 32k to 109k when the system crashed trying to log my free hit in game week 34. So we'll have to free hit and bench boost left. Bench boost next week, free hit 38. Yeah, probably the play, mate. Probably going to be the play. That's where I'd sit on that one. Probably the play. By the way, guys, we are approaching 200 likes on today's stream. We're at 187. Of course, if you do enjoy any of the content that you see, like, subscribe. You know the deal by now. You know the deal by now. Looking over at Golden's stream. His stream is absolutely popping off today, by the way. 453 people sat in his stream, so he's absolutely flying. Yeah, go and help him get to 200 as well. But he's killing it today. Absolutely killing it. So, fair play to him, man. Gotta respect another one. He's absolutely just smashed it. I've just seen he's hit 200. He just told people to go and like it, and it's absolutely just blew from like 170 to 200. So fair play to Tom. Absolutely smashing it this week. Go and give him some love as well and support. But yeah, like I said, if you're enjoying our stream, let's see if we can get this one to 200. We're on 198. We're smidging it. We're very, very close. Would be great if we could hit 200. But do keep your questions coming in. Anything that you do have. Thanks for the advice, mate. If you're happy, I might just hold the free transfer. Yeah, I think so. Officially join the Coyote bandwagon. Get up. We're making it a thing. Thank you very much for 200 likes as well on today's stream. Massively, massively appreciate everybody that has taken the time to like today's stream, watch the stream, comment, everything like that. I mean, if you think Bowen's going to bench him, that's up to you. But I have a very big soft spot for Jared Bowen. I really, really do. Bowen is my guy. Bowen is my guy. And now Coyote's my guy as well. So yeah, big up Coyote. Just going to have a drink. My voice is starting to get a bit raspy. I might buy Ahmad this week, bench Bowen. Ahmad might be a decent shout. They obviously do have the Europa League game though, so maybe one to monitor. But I feel we're at that point in the season where people can, of course, just go a bit wild. Did you ever meet a famous footballer? Yes, I have met Raheem Sterling and Oxlade-Chamberlain. I was at a shoot they were doing for an advert. So yeah, I've met both of them. I'm trying to think if I've met anybody else. I've met David Moyes. There you go, David Moyes as well. Obviously was a footballer, now a football manager. But yeah, that's I think the only ones I've really met. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. Dave Moyes, Sterling, Oxlade-Chamberlain are probably the only ones I've met. Are you worried about Visser or Wood? I'm going to bring in Visser from Mateta. Wood, yes, he is a concern. I do think he could be one of the ones that goes big and does affect my overall effective ownership. Could be big this week. But yeah. No City team news so far. Probably a little bit too early, but obviously the big boys will have you covered with that one a little bit later when they start up their streams. Am I a Stags fan? Yes. You can't see it anymore, but there is a Mansfield Town shirt on the wall. On that kit over there. The far kit. Maybe it's time to have a Bournemouth penalty. Yeah. Sorry, forgot to ask about captain's choice out of Marmouche, Isak, Rodgers and Buemo. And Buemo for me is going to be the captain shout for this week. Pascal Chimbonda came through to me when I worked at a call centre. There we go. And if you obviously a Gavin and Stacey fan, record transfer. Which summer window was it? If you want to send me a team, it is on Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets. And of course, we'll get round to taking a look at some of those a little bit later on. But do keep those questions coming in, guys. Anything that you do want to ask about your teams, I'm happy to answer as many questions as we possibly can. I think you could get away with all three. Jess. Go for it. Change Saar to Rodgers to save a -4 next week. Nice. Up the Clough. Yeah. Hopefully he signs a new deal. We definitely need like a fresh kind of set of players, don't we? The whole new kind of core back line needs rebuilding throughout the whole team, doesn't it, to be honest? I was a little bit surprised that we kept Reece Oates. That one was a little bit like, okay, I don't understand why, but hey-ho. And then obviously the Aiken situation. I think it's just time to let him go. I know it's a difficult time and whatever, but it is what it is. Have the wild card, which two goalkeepers for the last few game weeks? I think Flecken could be a decent shout. Who else has decent fixtures? Maybe like Kepa could be an okay shout. My cousin met Salah and Rooney. Very nice. I love that Chimbonda story because he's famous enough for it to be noteworthy, but not so famous that everybody goes. Literally. Where do you reckon we finish next season? Oh, renewing Akins. Oh my God. I hope not. Because he wasn't even good. Like, that's the thing. If he was our best player, I think people would be like, probably look past the prison thing. But he wasn't even our best player last season. Like, yeah, he's done a lot for the club. He's been a great servant, whatever. But he's not League One standard. I think it is just time just to go, look, we understand you're going for a really difficult situation, but I think it's time just to part ways. That would have been the best thing for the club to do, right? I know it's shit. I know it puts him out without a paycheck or whatever, and it's a really difficult situation to comment on, but I do just think that is the way to go. And it depends what we're doing in the window. I think I could make a better comment. I think if we don't improve, we probably would have got relegated. And I think if we'd have kept a lot of the dross that we would, like Kilgore, Flint, if we'd have kept those, I definitely would have said we were going down. But I think because he's got rid of so much, we're probably in a better position, in my personal opinion. Dwight York. Liam from Oasis, very humble person. More than his brother. Salah took his kids to my trampoline club once. He had never been back since. Oh dear. Maybe he handed in a check and it bounced. There you go, a little terrible joke for you, that one. Oh, that's a good one. Who would you bench, Saw or Rodgers? Bench the troll. Yeah, I bench the troll. Who do you think are going to win the UCL? PSG for me. Yeah, I've been really impressed with how PSG have been playing. They've been an absolute joy to watch, to be honest. Inter. Wowzer. I would have loved a Barca PSG final would have been goals. But Inter are great. Thoughts about triple captain in KDB or Mbeumo? I definitely would be all up for that if that's what you've got left. Jose Saw or Dean Henderson? Henderson, I think, has apparently the clean sheet numbers for Palace have gone up, so probably him. Captain Mbeumo, Sharda or Visser? Mbeumo if you're comfortable, Visser if you're chasing. How long until the deadline would you make your transfers? I think I'm probably going to wait just to see if there's any early team news before making my moves. I'm pretty set that I'm going to go and get Visser for Mateta. But let's wait and see, hey. Let's wait and see. I'm doing all three transfers, Tom. Would you captain Mbeumo, Salah, KDB, Momish? Again, you're chasing. Maybe look at KDB. If you're happy, go with Mbeumo. Cool, we'll go and check out some more teams at 11 o'clock then, guys. Looks like we've had a few more sent in, so we'll go and check those out at 11 o'clock. Sommer saved the world from noise pollution. He really, really did. By the way, we are trying to hit 13.3 subscribers on today's stream. So we only need 4 more people to hit subscribe. So if you haven't already, do hit subscribe. Plenty more content coming your way as my camera decides it doesn't want to focus. There we go. It's sort of focusing a little bit. It proper struggles, right? To like focus on my face. There we go. Still doesn't look like great, does it? It still doesn't look like it's kind of in focus. I hate when it does this. This is the only thing. Like I really like the new camera. It's great for quality, whatever. But it struggles to focus on my face, and I don't understand why. Like, yeah, it's just a bit annoying. Like, it's not quite like there, is it? It's like it's blurred a little bit. I'm trying to just move it now so it just focuses back. There we go, right? Let me know if that's focused or not focused. I can't really tell. It doesn't look like it is focusing on my face, which is annoying. Urgh! Very annoying. What are you doing, Mr. Camera? Like, look, it's just not focusing. Again, like, it did this last week. It's just, like, out of focus. Looking... Like, get focusing. There we go. Come on. Focus in, camera. It's really annoying. It's really frustrating me, as you can tell. 2 great managers in the UCL final. Can't wait for that match. Yeah, it's going to be goals, you imagine. Goals. But yeah, the camera is really doing my head in. I hope it just focuses up. Focus up. Rodgers or Bruno? Probably Rodgers. Can't handle my hot stuff yet. I don't know why. It just like keeps flickering in and out, and it's really like it's just I don't know. It's just annoying. Cunha or Visser? I'm leaning more towards Visser. Are you planning to go to the Club World Cup? No, I don't have that sort of money. Maybe it's focusing on your reflection in the mirror. Valid point. Maybe I need to position it so it like can't see the mirror. Maybe that's something I need to look at. The mirror's in a really awkward position, like, and this is like I rent this flat that I live in, so obviously I can't just like move the mirror. And my bedroom is like quite small. Like the bed's literally this side here. The bed's here. There's the wardrobe here. Then there's my desk. Like I don't have anywhere else to put the desk or the bed or anything like that. I'm kind of set in this, so there's always going to be like, yeah, that. So I think as long as I sit in front of the mirror, we should be okay, right? There we go. There we go. Would you go Savinho or Saw? I would go Savinho. Yeah, I'd go Savinho on that one. I'd go Savinho. I may start a set and forget team next season. Do you know any of the leagues for set and forget? I do not, but if you put it out on Twitter, I'm sure someone will definitely come through for you. 13.3, thank you very much for everybody that has hit subscribe today, hit like. Absolutely smashing it out of the park, you guys, today. If you already have Mbeumo, would you get Vissa or cover another team and get Wood? You could do that, or going for that double Brentford attack. You know that probably one of them is going to have some sort of involvement. There's definitely a website. There is definitely a website that can check how many points you've benched this season. Again, put a tweet out. Someone will definitely have it. As long as the camera's all right now. I think the camera's fine now. If I just sit in front of the mirror, it doesn't do it as much. So yeah, I think it's fine. Watch-alongs, I need to see when we might do a watch-along again. But yeah, there definitely might be one. In terms of the second channel as well, I saw some questions about that. There will be another video going out very, very soon on that. I think we might have a potential video. Yeah, I might have to put like a shirt over the mirror. That might be not a bad idea, actually. If I put a shirt over the mirror and then move it back all the time, that might be the play. All right, let me try that. Let me try that to see if that helps the camera. 1 second. 1 second. What we got? We've got a shirt down here. Let me just get a coat hanger, and we'll give it a go. See, this is what you don't get with other channels. They're all like, you know, let me make my content and let me do all this and that. We are hanging shirts off mirrors. There we go. That might fix the problem. I hope. I hope. Right. Now he's focusing on the shirt. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. Right. I think, as long as it's not focusing on the shirt, it's focusing on the shirt. Focus on me. Me here, camera. It's still trying to focus on the shirt. Oh god, this camera's doing my head in. There we go. Cool. Why do people want Crystal Palace players? They're going to be playing Spurs, who of course are going to be rotating today. So, yeah. But yeah, there you go, guys. There you go. It's not what every stream is. Man City shirt, no, it's a England retro one from like the 80s or the 90s. That's all it is. I wore it yesterday. It's just hanging up. Yeah, it's an England shirt. It's just an England shirt. Should I sell Cunha for Vissa? No, I'd leave Cunha for Vissa. I wouldn't do that move. That's not a move for me that I would be interested by. Not for me personally. I think if you've obviously looked at the betting data, Jess, and you've seen that Hendo has the better numbers, then go for him. That's probably the way. I can't move the camera 3 centimeters towards me. It's literally like perched. Oh my god, that's perched. I mean, it's now definitely focusing on me, 100%. But whether or not it's going to remain there, I don't know. It looks a bit iffy. But yeah, it's definitely focusing on me now, which is the main thing. That's all we wanted, was the camera just to focus on me. But we got there in the end. See, we're just so professional on this channel. So professional. Bench one of Watkins, Saka or Bowen. I would go for... I'd be tempted to bench... I don't know who I'd bench there, you know, mate. That's a really difficult decision. Maybe Saka? Oh, God, I wouldn't want to be in your position. Wouldn't want to be in your position, bro. That is tough. We're here for the mirror. Bring it back. 250 likes. I don't think we're anywhere near 250 likes. Let me refresh it, but I don't think we're anywhere near 250 likes, mate. Haaland, he is being considered. He is being considered. But I would need to see a confirmed leaked lineup before I would consider it. But I don't think I'm going to go for it. I'm 24 points. I'm second in my league, 24 points. Should I captain KDB for a risk? Or Mbeumo, he does not have KDB. I think KDB could probably claw back some of that. So probably just going with Mbeumo keeps you in the race, in my personal opinion. Saka, Savinho, Mateta to Mbeumo, KDB, Vissa for a -4. I like all those moves. Go for it. Go for it, my friend. I think that's a decent little way to go about that one. Do keep your questions coming in. Any that you do have ahead of today's deadline. We've got some more teams in. I'm going to just do them while we're up here. Not sure if I should start Rodgers or Bowen. I think Bowen's been really, really decent in form in recent weeks, so I'd probably go with him. Interesting captain choice there, Cunha, but hey-ho, each to their own. Yurt says Isak to Wood, Raya to Sells, or Isak to Cunha, Konza to 8 Nuri. I would be more tempted with option 1. I think option 1's the better play. Yeah, option 1's the better play. Let's have a look what we've got kicking about. Yeah, Kevin Childer's not a bad differential, is he, for this week? He isn't a bad differential. Voices in the air. Can you give me confirmation bias that it's a good idea? Konate's on holiday. Some Liverpool players are on the piss. There's your confirmation bias. We can't see the back of Tom anymore. Do keep your questions coming in. Any that you do have ahead of today's stream. It's been an absolute mega one, to be fair. Most likes I've ever had in a stream, I think, potentially. Views have been off the charts, really, as well. Is Mbeumo still a better captain option over Vissa? Vissa has been getting more points recently. I think if you're in a decent position rank-wise, effective ownership does come into play with that one. So, yes. Yeah, I like Cunha is a BPS magnet. He genuinely is, and I've said this in every video this week. He is genuinely a BPS magnet, so I 100% understand the appeal of going for it. Did I miss a tweet, bro? Sorry. I thought I did everyone's tweets that were there. Let me have a look. I did that one, and this one's just come in. So, yeah, I did do everyone. Pope, Gvardiol, Munoz, Wan-Bissaka, Mbeumo. Doku? I mean, we're going to have to maybe wait and see on Liverpool City League lineups on that one, but he might be one that doesn't play, to be honest. So you might have to get Salah in there. Before and after. What you thinking? Hopefully I've cooked. I like it. It's a good team. It is a very, very good team. Hopefully it serves you well, bro, for this week. Hopefully it serves you well. I did yours as well. Like, let's not start slandering me, or I'll take team reviews away. I'll take team reviews away if we get this much slander. We are really, really approaching 250 likes, guys. So if you are enjoying today's stream, make sure you hit that like button, as it is massively appreciated, as always on the channel. Voices in the air. Da, 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 da. Oh, camera's trying to do it again. The camera's trying to not focus on me again. I'm really worried about KDB's minutes. I wouldn't be. Thank you for putting the link to the Discord in the chat, Jamie. Like I said, if anybody wants to go and have a chat with me or chat to any of the channel members, moderators, there's the Discord link. Rodgers or Alanga? Ooh, I'd probably go Alanga this week. Bench Rodgers or Watkins? Bench Rodgers. Yeah, that's probably the way I'd sit on that one. We're probably going to be live till about 11:30. Then we'll let, of course, all the big boys and any other content creator you can possibly think go and do their thing. But, of course, we've been live. Obviously, Golden's been live today as well and has been absolutely smashing it out the park. He's been flying. But if we could get 250 likes, that makes me a happy boy. And that ends today's stream pretty decent. Hey, bro, if you're going to be rude, jog on. It's simple as that. Like, I'll answer questions as I'm going through the chat. Like, if I miss a question, I miss a question. But don't be rude. Don't be rude. I'd Savino a hold this week. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see on that one. I think it is one of those where we're going to need to see the potential lineups and stuff like that. FPL Cortex says, morning people, how are we? Hope you're doing good, mate. Hope you're doing good. We're on 249 likes. Yeah. 249. Let's see if we can get one more through the door. And we're at 250, which is absolutely incredible. Hi, Tom. Great stream. Cunha or Visser for Mateta? I would personally go for Visser. That is my preferred option. But I understand why people want to go for Cunha as well. He's also an absolutely fantastic option as well. If you go to their... Send me their channel, or someone sends me their channel, I'll be able to find them, mate. If we get early City team news, would you ditch Salah for Haaland? I'm tempted. I am tempted. Should I sell Mateta for Wood? I have one free transfer. I'm also thinking Sarr for someone. Sarr to maybe Sharda if you're not going to go and get Visser in. Or Alanga, probably your options there. Palmer captain? No. Thoughts on Watkins? He's alright, but... I think there's probably better forward options this week. Barnes or Kluivert? I would prefer to go for Kluivert. Visser to Larson, Alanga or Doku for Trossard for a -4. Yes, go for it. I'm going to do Enzo and Cucurella because I'm a Chelsea fan. Fair enough. If that's the way you want to play the game, go for it. I'm never going to shy away from anybody that wants to pick any differentials. Should I free hit this game week, by the way? I'd need to see your team to decide that one, mate. Did you enjoy your trip to Valley Parade last Saturday? What a day. Yeah, it was great. The video's doing really well as well. 15k views. Absolutely smashing it out of the park. Over 100 subscribers. Met some great fans. Went on the pitch. It was just a good day out. Just a good day out. Thank you for sending me that, Jamie. I've got that now saved. So that's on a separate window. So if he goes live, we can head over to his stream. When does that start? 11:30. There we go. All right. I'll subscribe as well, and we'll get him closer. All right. There we go. Alanga or Isak? Ooh, I'd be tempted with Alanga, you know. Start Wan-Bissaka, Saliba or Livramento, and then Raya versus Martinez. I mean, all these picks defensively there are just like, I genuinely don't know. They're really pretty bad, to be honest. Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Where honestly, flipping a coin, maybe looking at clean sheet data, because all of them are pretty bad picks. Worth doing Savinho to Bowen. If we found out Savinho wasn't playing, yes. Would you Marmouche into Cunha and move assistant manager to Pep? I don't mind that. I like that. Yeah, I think Andy makes a great point there. Wood is out of form. We looked at this earlier. No return, one return since game week 27. Just not good enough, is it? Just not good enough. Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. I know he's been going for a while and he's been smashing it. So send him my love if you wouldn't mind, Cortex. Is bench boost game week 38 okay? The only problem with it is there will be a lot of rotation in game week 38. There will be. Coin is the truth. The holy coin is the truth. Just joined. Will you be doing team reviews from X, or have you already done some? We've already done some, but if you want to get your team sent over to me on Twitter, we'll definitely do some more. We'll definitely get some more done. Thinking of Salah to KDB first, but also double move for Haaland in for Isaac. Are these worth doing? I think if we got news from a predicted lineup, sorry, then yeah, definitely. Hey Jamie, get that channel made, mate. Get it made. We'll talk. We'll get you there. We'll get you there, bro. By the way, if you're enjoying today's stream, make sure you're hitting like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Massively appreciated by myself. Today has been arguably one of the most successful streams I think we've ever had on the channel. Especially in terms of likes. 266. Never ever been this high in terms of likes. So thank you very, very much, guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get it to 300. Like, if we get it to 300, I've got to do something pretty nuts, right? What would you like to see if we got to 300 likes? And I'll do it. Because, yeah, I've never hit 300 likes on a stream before. Probably won't again for this season, maybe. Maybe there's only like... I mean, to be fair, all the streams are at pretty decent times, so we might get a decent one in. But, yeah, who knows? Who knows? Keep those likes coming in. Keep those questions coming in. And, of course, hit that subscribe button as well. Massively appreciated, as always, by myself. Salah to Palmer... I'm just not liking Cole Palmer at the moment. I'm not behind him. I'm not feeling the vibes. Is a -4 worth it to get rid of Mateta? I think if you feel that confident on Visser and Cunha, definitely so. Cheers, bro. Appreciate that one. Pour milk in pants. Yeah, I'm not going to do that one. Should I move Isaac to Wood? I'm personally going to keep Isaac. I think it's a big game for Newcastle. Scored in the reverse earlier in the season. Bench boost with Pickford, Watkins, Maddison and O'Brien. Decent. It's not a bad bench boost to have for this week, is it? I've seen worse. I've definitely seen a lot worse bench boosts. Is there anything as well, guys? This is like just a forum for next season, really. Is there anything in these streams that you would like to see me do? Obviously, we have the team reviews, we have the betting data, we have stuff like that. But is there anything else you'd like to see happen in these streams? Let me know in the chat. Is there anything you would like to see in the streams? Let me know, and we can look to add it to next season. Score predictions, I guess we could probably start to do something like that. Just one of those. Right, let's get a new poll going. Let's get a new poll going. Order food. Bro, I'm on a cut. There'll be no food ordered. Right, there we go. We've got a new poll going around. Will you buy Haaland if he's in a leaked lineup? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. More dancing, more singing. I want a mukbang here. Bro, there is no mukbang possible. We usually do singing and dancing. We'll do something else if we hit 300 today. I don't know what, but we'll do something else. We'll do something else. How about that? What about if I show you... I've got a few match-worn shirts that I've bought. What if I show you the match-worn shirt collection? How about that? How about that? Will that suffice for 300 likes? How about that? Best wild card? Yeah, that could be a decent one. 300 equals windmill. Yeah, I'm not going to windmill. Let's not windmill. Do keep your questions coming in, guys. Keep the likes coming in. Keep your suggestions for next season coming in. Interesting early doors on this poll. Will you buy Haaland if he's in the elite lineup? 64% of you have said you're not going to go near him. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is big. We'll need a nip flash for 300. I ain't getting my nips out for 300. Cunha and Sharda or Cunha KDB for a -4. I will be bench boosting. I think I would do a -4 for the Cunha to KDB one. Do travel stream like speed. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not speed, am I? Oh, dear, dear, dear. Still a lot of you, more votes are flying in for that poll on the chat that we've just got going off. Would you buy Haaland if he's in the elite lineup? More of you are leaning towards no than yes. Log in from the wife's account just to like it, bro. I appreciate the dedication, man. Let's see if we can get this stream to 300 likes. It would be absolutely incredible if we could. We're sat on 282. Let's see if we can get there. Would you bench boost with your current bench? Probably not. I'd be tempted to take maybe like a minus for Kivior to like Coyote. Yeah, YouTube doesn't like me. It hates fun. It does hate fun. Captain Visser, I think Mbeumo is the one if you're in a decent position. If you're chasing, yeah, definitely Visser could be a decent shout. -4 to bring in either De Bruyne or Gvardiol. I'd be leaning more towards De Bruyne rather than Gvardiol. Yep, go for it, bro. Go for it. You know you had a flip on the coin earlier. That coin decided which way you were going to go, but yeah. He did the Rafinha braids. I don't think my hair is going to be able to do Rafinha braids. Yeah, if you want to send me a team, we'll go and have a look on Twitter at FPLTom_. Leave it under one of my most recent tweets. Leak a friend's number. No, I will not do that either. Come on, guys. I expected better. I expected a lot better from you guys. Cunha and Sharda for a -4. Oh, yeah, we said that one. Cunha and KDB. Yeah, I'd go the Cunha and KDB one. Thanks for the content. No worries. Who is Speed? Oh, Jessica, you have just outed yourself as a boomer, is what you've done right there. You have outed yourself as a boomer. Should I trust the coin or just get the Mighty Visser? I would personally get the Mighty Visser. FPL Tom dating show next season. Unfortunately, we don't have enough females in the FPL community to probably do a dating show. Most of my audience, and I genuinely mean this, I think it's like 98% of my audience, male. Male. So unless we have a large proportion of those men that like men, I don't think the dating show idea would work. But hey ho, we're all here for it. 7 more likes to go, by the way, guys. So if you haven't already, hit that like button. Let's see if we can get this stream to 300 likes. Would be massively appreciated. Please do not speak about politics in the chat. Let's keep this a politics-free zone. All right. Are you second in the overall among content creators? No, I believe I'm 6th or 7th There was a tweet gone on, went out around it. I think I'm maybe 6th or 7th. Still pretty decent. Skibbity Toilet and Riz. That's a golden era, really. Rodgers or Saw. I personally go Saw. Hi Tom, KDB or Haaland. Right now I'd go KDB. If we get leaks, maybe go for Haaland. Everton can't keep a clean sheet. They definitely cannot at the moment. They've been pretty poor. Broke back goalposts. Oh my days. Jesus. We have just hit 300 likes unless my laptop is tweaking. But thank you very, very much. This has been the most liked stream ever. Probably going to come away with the most viewed stream ever after today. But honestly, you guys, you've absolutely smashed it out of the park. So thank you very much. Massively appreciate everybody in the chat. You've been absolute legends as always. Like, genuinely, what a season it's been. Honestly, what a season it's been. We've pretty much gained around, I was looking the other day, probably like 9,600 subscribers. Like, nearly 10k since the end of last season, which is absolutely ridiculous. We're not even done for this season either. But, honestly, my heart for you guys at the moment is just, yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? It's just one of those where very grateful, very appreciative of all you guys that have made this channel what it is. And hopefully next season we can take it even further, hit that 20k subscriber mark, keep producing amazing content for you guys, keep the streams up. Honestly, lots of love for you guys. Best audience I could ever ask for. So, yeah, really, really appreciative right now. So, thank you very much, guys. Can you tell us if it's worth a minus for Isak and Salah and Haaland and Schade? Not now unless we find out Haaland's playing, in my personal opinion. Mateta to Wood for a hit and Captain Salah. Ooh. I mean, Captain Wood. Don't think I would do it. Don't think I would do that. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. 300 likes is absolutely ridiculous. Yo, Tom, leading local league by 50 points. I have to sell Moreno. Do I get Schade or Elanga? I would get... If you're going to get Schade, then get Cunha. If you're going to get Visser, get Elanga. There we go. First time listening to you, enjoying it so far. Were you there in FPL therapy? Yes, I've been on FPL therapy at some point. So yeah. Your most viewed stream has 11k views. Does it actually? I don't think it does. Does it? No, I think you're chatting. I think you're chatting, mate. I think you're chatting. I don't think our most viewed stream has 11k views. Does it? It does. 11k. Game week 30 absolutely popped up. I don't think we got this many likes though. Yeah, 236. But yeah, it was a big one that day. It was absolutely class. I mean, this one's doing well. This one is doing very, very well. It could be. It could also be a decent one. But yeah, most ever like stream at least. What is my planned transfers? It's going to be Mateta for Visser. I am just waiting to see if there are any kind of like early team leaks or whatever. Oh, Golden. Golden Goal shouted you out as his favourite collab. Me and Golden are genuinely, I've got so much time for Tom. And we'll definitely do more stuff together heading into pre-season, heading into next season. Definitely something I want to do. Yeah, it is. FPL Meerkats lineup doesn't have Salah. But yeah, I definitely want to do more stuff with Tom. Definitely want to do more stuff with other content creators as well. Yeah, overall, just I'm as you can tell, I'm quite happy at the moment. Thanks, mate. Gonna do Elanga and Visser. Nice. TC and Buemo or keep it. I would do it. I'd do TC. I look like the ginger guy from the Full Monty film. Which Full Monty film and which ginger guy? Because I ain't ginger. This is brown. It's the light bouncing off my camera, but yeah. Well, go and give Golden some likes as well. Help him go and get more. I know he's had an absolutely incredible stream, so make sure to go and give him some love as well. If you want to send me a team leave it under one of my most recent tweets. That is the best place to leave it. All right? That is the best place to leave it. Okay? Yeah, there's usually a big drop off at this point, but I guess not for us. I guess we've sussed it. Do keep those do keep those likes coming in. Keep the subscribes coming in. Like I said, we are trying to hit 13.5 before the end of the season. Sorry. So if you are new to here, make sure you're hitting subscribe. It's definitely a possible goal now. Say with the 2 streams we've got left, if we could do it, would be a nice way to end the season off. Yeah, me and Tom definitely wanna do more stuff together. So yeah, maybe it's something like we get a weekly stream done together, maybe like on a Friday, something like that. Maybe. Do you know FPL Dylan? I've never spoke to Dylan. I know of his content. He makes great UCL content. But yeah, I'd definitely be up for reaching out to more people and getting across more people and working with other content creators. But yeah, I know Dylan makes really good UTL content. So yeah, go and check him out. That's it. There's just so many great content creators within the space. That yeah, they're all smashing it, I guess. But yeah, I need to see this Full Monty picture. Ginger guy from Full Monty. Who is it? Last question, Tom. Which combination better? Bowen plus Visser or KDB plus Evan Nielsen? Bowen plus Visser for me, in my personal opinion. Ginger guy. Full Monty. Hey? No. Not Full Monty. It's I know who it is. Monty Python, right? Did you mean Monty Python or did you mean Full Monty? I can't remember what I think it was Full Monty. That's a honking take. Thoughts on selling Mateta to Visser and Rodgers for Saar KDB? Yep, I probably would do it. Winning all my mini leagues and ranked 141k. Let's see if we can get you into that top 100k, bro. That would be class. That would be class if we could do that. Please, someone whack that guy on mute. You reckon Wrexham might be in the Premier League next campaign? I don't think they're going to be in the Premier League next campaign. I don't. But I definitely think maybe playoffs. Their team is not great. It was just about a good League One team. But yeah, is what it is. You're more like a Gene Wilder. Who the hell are these people? Gene Wilder now. Gene Wilder. Yeah, I'll take Gene Wilder. I know who Gene Wilder is. We'll take some Gene Wilder. I'll happily go for some of that. I'll happily be Willy Wonka, guys. Go to the FPL show. I mean, if they invite me, I'll go, but I haven't. The invite hasn't come through yet, bro. All right. I took a hit last week. Still managed to get myself a green arrow in the position I'm in. If you feel it makes your team a lot better, then go for it. I can see Gene Wilder. Maybe. What should we? We need something to wear for the final stream of the season, don't we? We need something. Maybe we go for the Willy Wonka. Maybe we go for the full Gene Wilder look. What do you guys reckon? Do we go for the Willy Wonka look for the final day of the season? I'm interested to know your guys' thoughts because we need to do something. We'll get dressed up as something. Any suggestions? I'm open to it. Start Munoz or Konza? I'd go Munoz. New meme loading. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. I think we've had a few more of these sent in, so we'll quickly do these. This is currently my team. Took a -4 to remove Isaac and bring in Wood. Nice. Hey Tom, got one free transfer. What should I do? I think I would probably do either... I put Savinho in as a gamble ahead of Trossard. Or you could take Trossard out and go for maybe Sharda, Alanga. And then it'd either be Mateta for Wood, Cunha, or Visser. There's probably the options I'd go for. Suggestions on this team. Playing bench boost mostly. Did not click the button yet. It's not a bad week to bench boost, to be fair. Yep, go for it. I think you can definitely bench boost with that. Decent, strong team. Like it. Like it a lot, mate. Looks good. I think let's see if we get any City League team leaks before we obviously start playing people like... would you rather have the free hit or a 28-point lead and a triple captain? Free hit. I'd just roll, yeah. I'd probably roll on that one. People are saying I look like SpongeBob. Cheers for that one, mate. We've got another spammer in the chat. We're getting spammers now. That's how good we've made it. That is how good we've made it. And my hair does look very ginger in this light, but it genuinely isn't. It's just brown. Who is my football lookalike? Before I grew my like horrible tashy beard out, I looked a bit like Diego Jota when I was thinner in the face. Yeah, so that used to be my lookalike. I prefer Visser ahead of Wood or anyone like that. Best Forest defender, probably Nico Williams. Probably Nico Williams. Yeah, I can fully see it happening, Connor. I can fully see it happening. Yeah, Diego Jota is probably my... Like, when I didn't have this, when this was all, like, clean-shaven, and I was a little bit thinner in the face, I'll see if I can dig out the picture from when I was at uni. But, yeah, that's probably the one. I don't know if anybody else has got any other football lookalikes. I have, but I don't think there's probably any. But we'll take some Gene Wilder from today's stream. I need to know what you guys think I should look like. You look like Mr. Beast and Luis Diaz had a son. Honestly, I'll go and dig out the picture of me and Diego Jota. You'll be like, okay, fair. Why do I prefer captaining and Mbeumo? On penalties, 90 minutes, has been a flat track bully against all the bottom three sides this season. Only one blank against bottom three sides as well. There's the reasons. Start Savinho or Rodgers? I'd play Savinho now, and let's wait and see if we get any team leaks. I would be tempted still with the double up of Visser, then probably Cunha, then Wood as my final pick there. That's probably the way that I swing on those lot. That is probably the way that I do swing on those lot. Girl, I must do. The ripped latest version of Mr. Beast. Thank you. I guess. I guess. Oh, dear. Right, I can see some of the big boys are starting to go live, so we are going to wrap it up for today's stream. Thank you for everybody that has been in here. We've been over, nearly 3 hours streaming. It's been a class stream, guys. Over 300 likes. The most liked stream we've ever had. Subscribers have been absolutely flying in as well. So, of course, if you do enjoy any of the content that you see, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's go and raid. Who are we going to go and raid? FPL chat box. He is live right now. He only needs 11 people to hit 1k, alright? There we go. Go over to FPL chat box. Go and subscribe to his channel. Tell him FPL Tom sent you. And yeah, let's get that guy to 1k. Let's see if we can start getting him making some money and stuff. Get him monetized. There we go. Will the stream reach 330 likes? I doubt it, mate. Probably not. It's probably going to sit on 328, and that'll probably be it. But yeah, go and check out FPL Chatbox's stream. Go and drop him some love. Yeah, there we go, Andy. It's already been done, mate. Already been done. Head over to his stream. get him a few people in there. Tell him FPL Tom sent you, and make sure you are hitting subscribe on his channel. And yeah, there you go. There you go. There we go. All right, we're going to wrap up today's stream. Thank you very much, everybody. There will be a video tonight, transfer targets, as always. And yeah, all good stuff, I guess. Thank you very much, guys. Like I said, video out tonight. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll tweet my team a little bit later. There we go. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.